Hey, what's going on? Happy Saturday night. This is the Pick is In podcast, week 14. It's your boy, Heywood. Thank you very much for joining us on another great week, another awesome day. Grateful and blessed to be in this opportunity and this platform to be talking to everybody. So, got a lot of love for everybody. Um, I'm a lifelong fantasy football player since the 1990s. I've been playing DFS since the mid 2000s. Also, been sports betting since 2013, 2014. So, my job is to bring you some winning bets and call the almanac, as Biff's almanac is in Back to the Future, but it's Haywood's almanac. Very special show with you. I got a incredible co-host, one of the hardest working guys in the industry, Mr. Strongman, Mr. Jonah Stormrider, 10 hours today.
What's up, sir?
What's up, brother? How
Cheers,
you?
brother.
Yeah. Cheers, everybody at home. Cheers, Jonah.
So, fun little anecdotal side note. Oftentimes, when people cheers each other and then tap the table or the bar, do you know what that's from? Do you know what the point of that is?
I do not.
So, most, especially folks in the industry who've worked in restauranting or bars, it's you cheers each other, and then the tap on the table is for the cheers to the house, right?
Okay.
To the staff working. My brother served in the military, and he told me something beautiful that I'll never forget. That for me is how I every time in my heart. So you cheers to those with us, and you hit the tap the table. Cheers to those who've gone before us. So our loved ones that have passed. For the guys deployed overseas, it's for the fallen soldiers, their brothers who've fallen before them. So it's a really beautiful way to remember the people who are no longer with us. So for me, in my heart, I'm always every time I cheers, I hit the deck as well.
Oh,
So
awesome. Thank you for explaining that to me. That's incredible.
now we got a little bit of a unique show for everybody today,
Yes, we
and
do.
it's exciting. It's a new world for me because I'm not super into the whole fantasy football stuff, right? That's not my wheelhouse. Um, but tell everybody a little bit about our guests that just super briefly, if you want, because I know you're going to introduce. We got a recording of an interview that we had another podcast, another duo. So it was two for two. You guys had, but anyway, so we recorded a wonderful show, an interview with them just the other day, and so we're going to play that for you guys after we give a couple intro thoughts. Um, did you want to kind of tease people a little bit about who these guys are, or did you want to let the tension build for a second while we talk about just go through some housekeeping stuff?
Tension makes us stronger.
Let's go with the tension. All right, folks. So, in case you forgot, as a reminder, we've got the phone booth podcast.substack.com written down here below. What can you find there other than the Pick is In podcast? All the episodes are here for your perusal and your leisure. We've also got the phone booth podcast, the phone booth live stream, the Philosopher King podcast, the Here's the Thing podcast, the Dualistic podcast, the Mind of Madness podcast. It's an amazing set of podcasts that are just fantastic in their diversity. There's so many different guys with so many different podcasts, there's so many different points of view. It's a lot of fun. So check that out. And then the other thing we want to make sure that you guys are aware of is we've got our YouTube channel, which is we're continuing to develop it with and backfill it with episodes that have already gone. But check us out, follow us here. Pick is In podcast at the Pick is In podcast on YouTube, and Rumble is coming soon. So
Love it. It looks a lot better, doesn't it? Look how many videos. We got 8 up there. I love it.
it looks beautiful. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So go give us a subscribe. Folks, it helps us. YouTube would mean a lot if you can go subscribe there. And what's great about Phone Booth, if you don't have one interest in something, you're going to find something there that's of interest. And, we're a different flavor for the group at the Phone Booth. So I love that. So we're like the sports intellect. We have everything else on there. So go subscribe, like us. Folks, if you could, repost the stream for us. That would be awesome. That'd mean the world to us. Drop a comment if you want. We'll pull the comments up. So we did this recording yesterday with our guests, so it's a little bit different. We should be able to hold. Can we put the comments up during the showing, Jonah? Do you know? Like during the thing? I'm not sure if you know that, but if you can, drop a comment. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Actually, if you wanted to have the comments up on the side during the video, we could do that. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
absolutely.
great. That'd be great. So, yeah, go check us out, YouTube, folks. Awesome. And more stuff to come. So, the pick is in week 14. We're here. As our guest will say, we out there. Can't wait to show you guys this great content that we're going to put out. So, should we, before we do that, let's pull up our week 13 recap, Jonah.
Let's do it. All right. So we'll shift scenes again here for you guys, and here we go.
Yeah, good week. Good week. If you rode what we posted, you won money. We had 7 winning bets between the show and the show's post for Sunday because we are adapted to live betting and day of betting as well. So if you guys have been tailing our bets, we won 1.33.49 bands. That's $133 if a band is a $100 bill. So 25 and 6 on our legs, absolutely smoking on our legs. We did great last week. That's incredible, grateful, especially after the last few weeks that we've been through. It's great to get back on the pine on the good way. Season stats 164.96 on all of our legs. That is a 63% clip plus 8.33 bands. So if you got $100, that's $833 you're up if you tailed. So good week, Jonah.
I love it. I love it. Well, and then so I know again we wanted to keep this initial segment a little shorter because we do have a full interview for you guys or full conversation between a couple other podcasters and us. So you're still going to see these two ugly mugs, but it's going to be recording, and then afterwards, Haywood's going to come back on. I'm actually on the East Coast, so it's going to be in the wee hours of the morning. So after this little intro area, I'm going to bow out, and Haywood and I think Snoop's going to join him.
Yeah.
But they'll close out the show for you guys. So in the interest of also sharing with you the Jonah picks, which we've been pretty hot. We
I want to
9.
talk about yours last week. Go ahead, brother.
We had
Sorry.
9 out of 11 hit of our picks hit last week, and 9 out of 12 hit the week before. So that's a pretty good average there. I'm not going to complain, So 75% 2 weeks ago, and then almost 80% last week. So not upset about it. But anyway, so it just goes to show you there's a little bit of funny business going on with the refs and the social media trends. So just in out of respect for all y'all's time, and also I want to get to the good meat and potatoes of this. Just a great interview we want to show you guys. So I'm just going to run through the ref and social media trending picks for you guys quicker. You guys have heard me talk about it before, so I'm not going to go into too many details right now, again, out of respect for your time. But we got Seattle in the Falcons Seahawks game. We're going with Seattle. Bills over Bengals. Browns over Titans. Dolphins over Jets. Buccaneers over Saints. Colts over Jaguars. Broncos over Raiders. Packers over Bears. Rams over Cardinals. Chiefs over Texans. And Eagles over Rams. So
Chargers.
Oh,
Too late. You're good. You're good.
Yeah. Sorry.
You can't see it anyway.
Yeah. But so this image will be in the comments below this show. So you guys can reference that. But again, I want to encourage you guys. These are just my picks for the games. I'll put low money on the whole parlay because let's be honest, we're talking about sports betting. It's a gamble. Yep. The chances that all 12 hit are pretty low. So we're gonna run through. You put a little bit of money there, and then kind of ladder your bets up. Take a couple 4 or 5 game parlays that you like, and parlay those as well, and bet some of your favorite individual games as well. It's a pretty safe endeavor.
So proud of you. What you're doing. This is awesome, folks. In a nutshell, he's giving you a game plan. Pick which games you want to pick off of it. That's basically it. And I know you posted one off of your parlay separately. on the post Sunday. You did a 3 and 4 leg, the 3 out of 4 hit, and then the third leg, the second parlay on the 3 leg, excuse me, you won. So, dude,
Yep.
you're doing good, brother.
Yep.
You're doing great, bro.
Yep. I
Doing
love
great.
it. I love it.
Great.
So, is there anything else you wanted to cover before we hit play on the recording?
Before we go to the introduction, I want to cheers you, my
Absolutely.
co-host. You 10
And
hours
I
strong.
cheers you, sir.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for what you do, man. Thank you.
Absolutely, man. It's
All
a
right.
blast.
So thank you so much, Jonah. Folks, so we got 2 guests that we interviewed yesterday. I think it's like an hour and 45, hour and 50 minutes. It's really good content, really deep conversation, getting to know our guests. So Nick Wilcox and Jony Maine, my boys, my fantasy football homeboys, who co-host, the fantasy football show on YouTube. Great minds, connected with them over the summer, and we had them on, and we basically just got to know them. Had really good just conversation, cracked
That's
it
great.
open and just talked. Nothing prepped, no plans. That what makes for great conversation. I think it went really well. Pay attention, folks, because at the end of the segment, we have Nick do his prop shops. We have Johnny go through his DFS. Those are 2 specialties that they do. One thing I want to do is push these guys. These guys know what they're talking about. They're great people. So I'm honored and thrilled to have them here. But pay attention at the end of the segment. All 3 of our great DFS minds, we build a lineup together. This is something I've been wanting to do with these guys for a while. So pay attention, grab your popcorn, crack one open, and enjoy. And Jonah?
And just to tease the people, what did you tell me before we started here? $3. If you guys wanted to tail, not bail, tail this lineup for the DFS, what is it? $3 with the potential of what? 50K if you win?
Yeah, so a $3 daily fantasy lineup has the potential of first place. I'll read out the payouts. Just give me 1 second. But yeah, it's incredible money. So payouts: first place $50,000, second place $25,000, third place $15,000, fourth place $10,000, fifth place $7,500 off of $3.
So if a bunch of us all hit this together and we all get second or third place, do we all get the same, or do we all get the same 15K, 20K? How's this work?
It's split. It's split.
It's split.
It's the exact score. If it's exact score and you're tied for the place, it's like they just break down the money that way. But that's
now, I gotta say, I'm not huge into fantasy. I don't track a lot of the individual players like these guys do, but you'll see at the end of this video coming up the mindset and the logic that they use to parse out what the best bets are and the strongest and why. It's got me feeling pretty good about this week. So tune in. Looking forward to hearing what you guys think about it. Feel free to comment. All the comments will be shown here if you guys want to kind of banter back and forth about it here. But anyways, with that, I'm going to pass the torch to the recording, and I'm going to say I'll see you guys next week. Cheers.
Jonah, thank you. Like and repost, everybody. Enjoy the video, the interview. It's great. Drop a comment. Love you guys.
I love it. Cheers. Enjoy the show. All right, welcome everybody. So we got a nice recording for you. Cheers. We actually got some special guests here today. Heywood, tell us a little bit more about how you know these guys. And I'm just meeting them. It's been a blast so far already, but tell us a little more.
So met these guys over the summer, connected with them through the Fantasy Football Expo. One of my dreams is to go to the Expo consistently every year, and I still haven't do it. Last minute cancellation plan. So the weekend of the Expo, I was just following all the tweets and just connected with them on social media, and it's been a blessing. We've connected very well. I got a lot of love for these guys. I love how they bring the heat. They have great shows on their YouTube show. They accepted me with loving arms, so I'm just grateful, connected with them really, really, really strongly. So, known them for a few months. So our guest today, I'm excited to bring everybody, the host of the Fantasy Football Show, Nick Wilcox and Jony Maine.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. Welcome.
Yo, what's happening? What's happening?
I had to give my mouse move right there, just like the deep play, baby. You know what I mean? Like I had to give that one right there. What up, man? What's going down?
I love it.
Glad to have you guys on. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, gentlemen.
Yeah. Oh, look at Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, Nick, busting out.
Salute.
I
Salute.
got right there, Maine's finest, baby. Belgrade Lakes right there. Light lager. You know what I mean? Light lager.
So
I love
yeah,
it.
excited to have these guys on. Appreciate you guys being here. I got a lot of love for you guys. Like I always say, I've been watching your show for quite some time and just following everything that you guys do. You guys are up to great things, and I appreciate the connection I met with you guys. And we're definitely going to have a good future. I see it. I see it. But thank you for being here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Listen, man, Friday night, man, you know what I mean? Like not anything else, man, I'd rather be doing than being on the pod with you guys, man. I appreciate the love, Heywood, just being in this space and you being somebody that, obviously like, hey, like reached out as well, man, and showed a lot of love. That was definitely a big deal, man, for me, like personally, you know what I mean? Like I'm not quite like not quite like that guy right there. I'm trying to get like him. But like definitely means a lot, man. You know what I mean? For sure. So definitely much love, bro, for sure.
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah. Yep. Friday night, nothing to do but to be talking football with the guys. So
There we
pleasure
go.
to be here. You know what I'm saying? Like, salute to my brother Jony Maine, obviously. Like, yo, just kicking it. The best tag team in fantasy football out here. You know what I'm saying? So, not a lot of love to him, but also you, Haywood, as well. Like, because you always been one of our consistent ones.
Yes, sir.
And we really appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. Because again, like, you always spread the love. You always spread that, yo, like, check these guys out, like, every week. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, yo, like, what can I do for y'all? This, that, and the third. Like, we just appreciate it.
Yeah,
So.
much love, man.
Definitely.
Much love.
The tag team champions of the world.
Yes.
Wait, so I got a question for Johnny then. So are you Badass Billy Gunn, I'll be Jesse James, or how does this work? I know I talk more than you, but how does this work here?
Well, so I mean, like I don't know. That's interesting because one of them was definitely better on the microphone,
Which
but
one?
the other one was definitely better in the ring. Oh man,
That's
yeah.
funny.
I was thinking more like an Outsiders, maybe. Maybe we can go more like the Outsiders, like you know what I mean? Because like that actually might be like the greatest like tag team. Like, yeah. There we go. We can hit that. We can hit that. We can hit that. You know, we can be that. So yeah, man.
Damn, I messed up. When you guys are coming in, I was supposed to go like that.
Damn. Oh man, love it.
Damn, Jonah, I'm getting to know you over course time. Do you like wrestling in your past at all? Because we obviously do. Do you like?
I haven't been super into it. No, that just wasn't something I ever got into. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're
Damn
kids
outta
about
here.
it. We're kids about it. We still.
Yes, definitely. Still.
We were in the golden age of wrestling, though. That's why.
No one's
You guys
perfect.
watched that fake stuff? Yeah, we did.
And when you say no one's perfect, what we would expect right now at this moment is for you to spit up some gum and smack it like that, like Kurt Hennig, baby. That's what we'd expect right now.
Well, you could be Randy Orton's dad, Jonah. He came in with a cowboy hat, right?
Legend killer, Cowboy Bob Orton. Let's go.
Yeah, he always wore a cast on his arm, right? That was his finisher.
Yeah. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So go ahead, Jonah.
So I wanted to rep your guys. I want everybody to know where to find you. So I'm going to pull up your YouTube page here real fast. So check them out here. This is where to find them.
Duff Fantasy Football Show.
DA.
Yep. There you go. So make sure you head over there and subscribe and like and share some of their videos. Get these guys some props, some reps. So love it.
That's right. That's right. Got to support the homeboys, man. They know what they're talking about.
Absolutely. So I hear we were talking a little bit before you guys. This is your second season together, giving picks to the folks. I love that.
Yeah, second season, man. We kind of dabble in everything, man. I think we're starting to really find our flow, for sure, man. As far as like picks, props, DFS picks, we kind of give like a little mile breakdown of the games, just kind of like what we would like, as far as like who we think's gonna win, who we think's gonna cover on the spread. We'll mess around with that. Well, we'll hit on ownership as well. So like obviously, if you're watching and you want to kind of know about some ownership, like hit us up on that. Like we'll let you know about that. We take start sit questions. Sometimes we go at each other's neck about start sits and all the other things involved. But like it's that's what it is, right? And Nick's doing his thing like with his props for sure. You know what I mean? So like he's been been doing a great job this year as far as like with the props and things like that. But like overall, man, like man, just here just to talk fantasy football, man. You know what I mean? Like, and if you really want, like somebody's takes on like start sits or whatever the case may be, we do that. Then we do like a little recap. And then we also do like a waiver wire show as well, where sometimes notice that gets a little bit passionate as well. And then we've started to do some Sunday night showdown slates, some Monday night showdown slates, Monday night props, Sunday night props. So that's pretty much what we're about, man. Is that stuff right there? And I know I'll say it because I know he's gonna say it, but I definitely want to make sure like I throw it out for sure. But like Nick's he's been doing this shit, man, like over with Fan Tracks as far as like writing articles like for the tight ends and stuff like that right there. And he's had some really good takes for sure. So like, he's out there in that space for sure. And just us collectively as a group, man, we're kind of doing our thing. We're in a couple different spaces. TikTok, X, YouTube, trying to get out there on Spotify. It's just an independent brand, man, and just really just a 2-man show out here, man, working and grinding every week, man, for sure.
Love it.
Yep. Nick, when are your shows? Tell the folks at home as far as like when your YouTube shows are usually on.
So during the season, twice on Sunday and then Monday Night Football. Just because, again, like there's a lot that goes on throughout Sunday, and we like to try to get it all in one day, hopefully. And then usually the waiver wire show, just because, you want an ample enough time to get the people the information. And overall, give our original takes so that, it's, you get to a spot where, hey, we told you guys for Monday, that when the so-called people told you to go take them. So I'll just say this, like, it's been, like Johnny's saying, like, we've been finding our groove and finding our niche and finding our crew and our community, and that's continued to keep on expanding. What I say best about what Johnny is like, again, like, he's the guy, like, what I'm saying, in terms of, like, the video stuff, the behind-the-scene graphic stuff, and overall, like, his flavor and his take on stuff is absolutely awesome to absorb as well. Makes you think as well analytically. And although I be over here, overall I be over here doing my thing to him sometimes.
I can't wait, man. I was waiting. I had it on my scorecard. I had it on the score. I said, "This like he's gonna do it." I know he is.
Get passionate when we start going tit for tat. But he knows at the end of the day.
Okay, all right. Listen, we're gonna find out. Oh man, I got some stuff in my. You better hope. You better hope I don't come out on the other end of it because I got some shit.
Love the brotherly.
I'm happy for you either way.
I see. There we go.
I really, I mean, I
know.
If I'm gonna lose to someone, I'd rather lose to you.
Fair. That's it.
I say that to my friends too. If I'm gonna lose, man, might as well lose.
I lose my good homie versus like a random stranger.
Fair.
But no, it's just like our show continues to get better week by week, and in the space that we do, and I tell you, like, we are like. When you go search for other places and stuff, we give you guys the entertainment. We give you guys the vibe. We give you guys the juice and the sauce, so I like to say. And we are, like, the up and coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally number one contenders in the space. Like, we're close to, like, so-called being, like, corporate-y or whatever you want to see it. No offense to anybody else out there, but it's like, look, we bring a different vibe, different flavor.
Yeah.
And we are proud of that. So we consistently, continue to do that. Johnny continually step up his game. Same thing with mine. And again, like, that's why I say we the best tag team out here, baby. So
that's right.
That's where that's just where it's at. Like, so we are really fortunate to be just networking with a lot of people. There's a lot of people that also like really support us, whether it be behind the scenes or just showing up for us on shows. And we want to give out that love to them people too, because without them, we don't have a show, baby. So, it's just all love around the whole space. And again, fantasy football gets passion and everything and stuff like that. That's where the best parts come. And then, It's like, okay, the players make us look foolish, or they make us look like geniuses. So, we can talk all the talk we want, but it's like the players out here, they gotta make us. They gotta like, hey, yo, it's supposed to show up for me this week. For example, Jameer Gibbs. Jameer Gibbs coming out here scoring 35 plus fantasy points, depending on your league this week, to kickstart your potential win and in scenarios. So, we just out here doing our thing, baby, and we only getting better. We age like fine wine, baby, and they say black don't crack, baby.
There you go.
and talking about the players, sometimes it's a whole team like the Texans that expose you and humiliate you.
Oh, no. I know what you tried to do there, John. You just made a bad choice.
But that's to your point, though. I look foolish right now because of the outcome. But if they had won, I would look like a genius,
Yeah. Hey, Nick makes some good humble pie. Right?
That's right.
But one thing I wanted to touch base, I've even brought up to you guys is I'm starting to see that with your guys' community. The people are consistent. Your inner circle about your networking, dude. There's a lot of love there, man. And I got a lot of your people following me and vice versa. It's just a good group of networking, and smart heads will prevail and coming across the right way. You guys have great vibes on your show. Coming from somebody that's been playing fantasy for such a long time, to give up some of my routine to watch you guys says something.
Bro, I will tell you, man.
Says something. I am strong to my regiment. And I adjusted. I like what you guys bring. Your energy. Nobody does waivers on Mondays in the whole industry. That's one thing I'll give you guys. You guys are up and coming. I didn't know that you guys were around for 2 years. Thank you, by the way, for having me on the show. I had a blast on your show. A blast. Even if it's 6:30 in the morning, I don't give a rat's ass. I'll get no sleep to come on. So, by the way, folks, the last time the three of us, not Jonah, were on a show, 84% of our bets hit. Just to let you know. Remember, we killed it that day. Everything we talked about. Nick, I think you only lost one of your stuff on your prop bets that day. It was one of your best weeks. And everything I said, freaking, dude, that was a great weekend. So good mojo, networking, the love. Like I said, like on Sunday mornings, I've listened to Jeff Mans for 15 years, and I changed that. So that just shows you something. So a lot of love and respect. Keep doing what you're doing. So
no, when I first opened my DM and I seen it, I was like, I messaged Nick. I was like, "Do you know this guy?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, "Dude, I'll just be real. I'm always super
who the hell is this?
Yeah, that's
you have to be. You have to be.
That's just my nature, man. So
you have to be.
Yeah, and so I messaged it back. I was like, "Oh," I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Yo," I was like, that was the moment that I was like, all right, for me, honestly, man, I was like, okay, somebody actually appreciates the work that I'm putting in, you know what I mean? And so for somebody to, to Nick's point, for somebody to actually appreciate the work, for somebody to see it, I was like, okay, I was like, this is dope, man. And so obviously you and I, we kind of started messaging back and forth and stuff like that right there. And I was like, okay, man, I was like, this is what's up, man. I was like, this is what's up. And, I used to hear people say it all the time. It's even if it's one person that's tuning in, that's still the motivation of have you get up in the morning, have you prepare, have you do that stuff, man. And for real, bro, I really honestly can't even put into words how much love I got for you, man. Just independent of everything else, man. Just for that right there, bro. It truly means a lot, you know what I mean? For sure. So yeah, dude, I'm forever, you know what I mean? I'm yo, this, I'll rock with this guy till the wheels fall off.
For life.
Yeah. And people, there is good stuff about Twitter and X.
Yeah.
Right here shows it.
Yeah, man.
The connection, the network, it's not all negative. Remember, your algorithm feeds off what you read into. So, I mean, you push positive out in the world, you'll get it back.
Guaranteed, man. Guaranteed.
Yeah, so that's crazy. I saw you guys as all your pictures at the Fantasy Football Expo, and I was just, it was killing me. It was killing me. It was killing me, bro. I planned a trip for 9 months.
Yeah.
And I had to cancel 2 days before the expo. So it broke my heart, but it was meant to be, man. It was meant to be.
Yeah. Nick and I, man, like our relationship, like really, like started like at Scott Fishbowl.
It did.
Yeah, it started at Scott Fishbowl 13. Where but I'll just go ahead and say it before Nick can. Like, he outdid me in the Scott Fishbowl 13. Uh, but like we were there, man, in like Lansdowne pub, man. It was like tight in there. It was hot. Like it was a hot New England day, bro. Like, and I say that being a guy from down south, man, it was hot. And like, we just kind of like, Nick just seen me and he was like, yo, his exact words is, well, I might as well come over and hang out with the only other brother that's here. And so he comes over and like, and then he's like, and, like we're like having a couple beers and like, we get to talking and we're kind of, find out like where we're drafting at and stuff. And, we're talking like throughout the draft constantly. And then like the draft's over. And then like, we're just talking and just kind of hanging out like in Boston the entire time. And, I was like kind of on the fence about like creating content and like putting stuff out there. And I was like, And Nick's like, yeah, just do it. Just throw it out there. Like, throw it out there. Like, who cares? Like, oh, yeah. I was like, okay. Like, oh, all right. Like,
how'd you guys meet, if you don't mind me asking?
It was the Scott Fishbowl, literally.
Okay,
Scott Fishbowl
okay.
13. Yeah, it was just like that. Like, that's literally the interaction, and that's how it happened. And, that's that year, man, like, I had was starting to work with like another group and it just didn't happen, man. Like I had some family stuff happen and I kind of had to step away and I said, okay, like next season, I was like, I'm going to. And one day I just started like putting stuff out there. And like, of course, like in casual Nick fashion, Nick was like one of the first people to be like, oh, blah, 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 like about the post, like not negative, just like interacting. Right. And I was like, okay.
You can tell these guys are brothers.
Oh my God. Yeah. And so like, he like responds a little bit or whatever. And I'm like making a couple shorts and like, I'm trying new things out and like, I'm getting like way out of my comfort zone. And then like,
you have to.
And that was like a big takeaway was that. And then he hits me up and he's like, hey, he's like, are you going to the expo? I was like, I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, I'm going. He was like, so like, you should go. And I was like, all right, like, cool.
Just like
and
that.
like, and man, just like that. And like, we went to the expo, man. And like, yo, like we had a blast, man. That was 2 years ago. And then like, we got back from the expo and Nick's like, we should do a pod. Like I'm at work and Nick's like, we should do a pod. I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, so like, we just kind of like started like the pod, like right then. And like ever since then, like that's what it's been, man. And like we're just trying to like, take like the initiative for like, the fantasy draft stuff, like like breaking down like the positions like for the draft and things like that. And so it's just kind of like just happened. And we're like, okay, like this is what it is. And right. And then like, yo, like if this picks up more steam, like that's obviously like that's super dope. Like if it doesn't, like we're having a great time, you know what I mean? Like just out here like chopping stuff up and like some things have like, have happened for Nick that have been really good, like with fan tracks for sure. And like obviously, like I'll be the one to say it for him, man. Like like he's had Heywood, man, he's had a couple appearances on Sirius XM and stuff, which is obviously like a really huge deal, man.
Great job, Nick.
You know what I mean? So it's
hey, Johnny, a real story, dude. I told Nick this when he came
Yeah.
by here. I didn't even know he was going to be on the first time, and I'm walking my dog like normal.
I don't remember this.
And I hear Bob Harris say Nick Wilcox. I dropped my phone and broke it. I dropped my phone and broke it. I was like, my homie? What? Oh, dude, big things, Nick. Let's go.
Yeah,
man.
man.
We're not talking about Nick Foles' nickname, but anyway.
Yeah. And like obviously, man, just like continuing like that type of stuff, man, and like just really just trying to like get better in the space or whatever, and like like obviously, man, just like anything else, right, man? Like like we've had like our highs, like we've had our lows, like we've had our bumps in the road, right? But like the biggest thing, right, is just like staying consistent. And like we've stayed really consistent with like what we've been doing, and like we're our biggest fans, and we're also like our biggest critics, right? And like I'm like and like I'm super hard on myself, man. And like
he's too hard. I'm too hard.
I'm way too hard. And Nick's like,
no. We have a lot in common.
Oh, bro, I am my worst critic, man. But you know what? But like I also know too, like being my worst critic, I also know like I have like one of my biggest fans, like beside me and being like, nah, man, like, no. And like sometimes, and I'm an optimistic person, like just in nature, man. And like, I'm pretty positive. And it's like, oh no, man, no. And I'm like, dude, shut up. No, like, I'm like, no, like, shut up. Like, I'm like, no, like, I don't feel that way right now.
It's kind
And
of things happen for a reason, and there's a reason why you guys connected.
yeah,
And I'm grateful. I have an awesome guy in Jonah, complete opposite of me in a lot of ways, but that's why we mesh and do so well. Connecting is a good thing, and I'm grateful for Nick. If I can ask you a question for like guys like Jonah or other people at home, explain what a fantasy football expo is to everybody.
Well, let's just say this: you got to be there first of all. So probably in a couple months when things start opening up for the expo, make sure that you get
lock
your
it
ticket.
down, man. Lock it
That's
down.
first and foremost. But what I will say about the expo is a great place to again network and overall get involved with the fantasy football community. The fantasy football community is like one of the best on the planet when it comes to
100%.
community. Very open, very positive, very like there's like almost there may be like one or two people that are really like full themselves and everything.
Totally right, Jonah.
98% of the people that you
right.
meet,
He's right. That's all
98%
love.
of the people you meet is like literally going to be like, hey, like how how's your life? How's this? How's that? Like we won't really talk about fantasy football actually. We'll just talk about you as a person. We'll talk about you this this, that, and the third. We'll sprinkle it obviously in. But it's like the people that you'll meet, whether it be people that, so-called have a name in the industry or people that are just like literally there for the first time, like you'll be very surprised what kind of friendships you'll create, what kind of bonds you'll create, and how that carries over into, what I'm saying, like, life over time. Because like me and Johnny, again, when it comes to the Scott Fishbowl and everything, like, just like we just met at an event like that, and then that carried over. So it's like it'll be interesting to see like when you come to something like that, in the fantasy football community, like you don't know what to expect, but it's really all these positive things and positive vibes. And it doesn't matter if you're a content creator or not. You're just attending whatever it is, like whatever you find valuable for you, you could definitely find in the industry. So, man, we met our dude named Jamie this past expo, and then like he's from Atlanta too, and he overall like he's dope. Like he makes graphics, and what I'm saying, like he makes like the dopest graphics and infuses them with fantasy football. And that's something that like like he's not like a creator or anything like that. He is, but like it's not it's not really about that. It's really about like, hey, like you came to the expo and stuff like that. You're here to connect, here to network stuff, and that's really all what it truly is about too. So, I tell people about the expo is like, again, you gotta really be there to really have the full movie. I can only give you a small trailer. So, make sure your liver is good and make sure your voice is good. There's a fair warning on that,
Trust me, the very first time I talked to you guys on your show, we thought about preparing already.
Well, cheers to that.
Yeah, why not? Cheers,
Yeah,
everybody.
I'll drink to that one, man.
And it just again, it's like you're gonna meet, people, whether it be like you'll again me and Matthew Berry or something like that. Like, you might be able to find whatever. You might see someone that again Bob Harris.
Your Bob Harris connection, is that through there?
Literally, it's just yes and no. Because like first time we were there, we were like, me and John would describe it as like we were fanboyish, right? We were there, what I'm saying, just to experience it all, have a good time, like rub shoulders with people and stuff. But I think, especially when you become content creators, so to speak, or you become a lot more into the game of like trying to tell people the best advice, and you start getting into not only that, but then the betting side of things, and really just trying to master your own craft. The second time around for us was more like it was still very fun, but it was also really business minded, like because we wanted to keep on expanding on our skill sets and ask the right questions to the right people, or just get our attract the right people to overall like, hey, like their guidance on like, hey, what do you think about this, or like, hey, like did this video a couple months ago, we did this, like we felt it was decent, but what can you tell us? So it's like trying to attract that feedback so that way we can perform better on a weekly basis, because if you talk to anybody in the industry, they'll tell you like, today's football season is definitely a long grind. From
100%.
the nuances of the off season
It's
to
all year.
overall, like, it's literally, for the most part, it's pretty much all year. It's pretty much 99 months of the season, in most cases. So, especially if you're working for, the fancy pros, the fan tracks, the 4-for-4, like, etc. And again, it's something where when you want to master your own craft and these things, you want to ask the right questions, you want to connect with the right people. So again, like with Bob Harris, like shout out to him, because the first year I was there, I got to meet him and stuff, but we didn't really have much of a conversation. Second year time around, though, I learned a very personal story about himself, and overall just really learning about like, oh man, this is why people like really love you and respect you, because of some of the stuff you went through. And in turn, like I was able to open up about what I've been through as well, and that's where truly like things like for at least Bob and I, like like solidified like a strong like connection and stuff. So
I was
again,
gonna ask
it's
you about that. Okay.
so it's something that again it's more about again community and really getting to know people for people, and not just like about like it's Spanish football convention and expo, but it's really more about just like connecting with people and really getting to know who people are. And again 98% of the people, because there are a couple of people I'm like, okay, well, all right, well, I just don't jive with you, and it's okay.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's life in general. But hey, you tell me a hit rate of 98%, it's pretty really good.
Let's go.
Like when you
Let's
run
go.
into somebody, they're most likely to either help you or you can help them. And again, just really community based, and really like the other events in the space, like Scott Fish Bowl, or the Warrior Bowls, or Fantasy Cares organization, like this, all these things that happen in the community is like it's still the same spirit. So it doesn't when you're associated with it, it's like you're overall grounded in it. Because we'll see, me and Johnny saw Scott Fish like way more times than we did last year. It's like he was like you saw me more this time. No, I saw like you saw more of me this year. It's like I saw more of you this year than John last year. So he's like, you're everywhere. I'm like, well, you are too.
Yeah, looking forward to next year, man. Let's all get in the same area or same hotel. That'd be awesome. It's gonna be lit,
bro. Let me give you this last tip, and it's only for really for us too, but the double trees where you want to.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. What's his name? I was talking to
shout
Howard
out to Johnny's
Bender.
wife.
Right.
Howard Bender actually told me that when I was planning my trip. I reached out to him and he's like, "Dude, you got to go to the DoubleTree. Trust me, trust me." So I was like, "All right." Man. So yeah, not the first time I heard that. So folks, you could tell these guys got great hearts. We bring great, good human beings on here. It just shows you. You could tell. It's there's a lot of positive in this world. It's just a lot of the negative overcomes it. So we got great people here. Nick's been writing. Let me see if I don't butcher this. Tight end articles drop every Tuesday morning on Fantrax, I believe at 6 a.m. I believe, if I'm right in my homework, somewhere around there. But, okay. Yeah, and then you do fantasy articles for Fantrax for basketball that drop Monday morning, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so go check them out. Fantrax, great site. Turned me on because I didn't know about them too much until Nick. So great site.
Shout out to my guys, Nick Script. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my guy Colin. Because without like Colin, probably wouldn't have got in touch with Nick. And again, that's how it also happens. Like again, like
draft night out.
Draft night out,
baby.
Where we waxed him up a little bit. Shout out to Philly for real. Speaking of Philly, Brandon Shells, if you like.
There's the other guy from it, man. Him, Frick, like for real, like just a lot of like really dope people, man. Dope people, man. What's up,
dude?
Man?
Totally right.
What's that guy? Young Money, man. Young Money.
Oh my goodness, yo.
Oh man.
You mean Luda?
No. Young Money, man. Golly, man. Young Money. Golly, man. You made me... Yes, Young Money. Yeah, baby. Shout out Young Money, man. Yeah.
Totally right about the community again. I'll touch on that. Like Bob Long runs the expo, and I think I told you guys about that. I reached out to him with my situation, what came up to me. I had to cancel, and we went back and forth on emails and just showing what type of person he is. Like, not even caring who the heck it was, just coming from a great place. Like, anything he could do to help. He even offered to throw me money to my dog for cancer. Like, that was amazing. He doesn't even know me, dude. Like, the love in the community is awesome. 100%. 100%. Jonah, we got to get you to start playing fantasy next year, brother.
Oh, what, bro? You
Sounds
know,
like a plan.
You don't get in on that, man.
I've never in my life, not once, not yet.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm getting him to turn, bro. I'm getting him to turn. Let's go. Turn and burn.
All I can think about is
maybe we can get him in a league where it's like everybody's first season and stuff. And we can get you in
like a first season league. Yeah.
Something like that. You know, little novice action. You know.
That's right. That's right.
Can't be with the big boys yet.
All I can think about is like Craig and Smokey. That's all I can think about right now. Come on, Craig. Come on, Craig.
Come on, Craig.
That's all I can think about.
I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Shoot. Definitely gonna look forward to it next year. And you're right, it's year round with fantasy, and fantasy's evolved compared to like what it used to be. Like, I remember, I've been playing a long time. I'm honest to myself. I was a better fantasy player years ago when not many people are like as active. Like, I'm good. I'm really strong, but it's out in the public now more, especially with the betting.
It's commercialized. Let's just say it. It's a bunch of conglomerates now. Right?
Yeah. You know,
it's no longer like Dungeons and Dragons in your basement, stuff like that.
Right.
It's unfortunately now they're the New York Yankees that we got to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Shout out New York Yankees, baby.
I ain't doing all that, but I ain't doing all that.
November 2001.
Sorry. Talk about it. Gonzo. Talk about it, baby. Talk about it.
Everybody has their year every once in a while.
And Johnny, thank you for not wearing a Dodgers cap tonight. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no, man. It's all love. You know what it is, man. I got them, but I ain't gonna do you like that, man.
You get that from Adam Rink? Yeah. Chill, bro. Chill.
Oh, man.
Hey, yo.
I love it. But no, like, man, you was talking about it though, bro. Like, I think like you know, like you kind of hit the nail on the head, man. Like, the general public is just like they've gotten smarter, and I think there was a time where like the general public like wasn't as smart. And I think like honestly for me, man, like this year has been like the year where I'm like, okay, like the general public is definitely a lot sharper than like
100%.
what they have been like over the past 3 to 5 years, man. And I think like that's a place that like, you know, like just kind of like we were obviously talking before we got on, just like self-reflection of things. And it's like, you know, it's okay to not try to be the smartest guy in the room and not galaxy brain it, you know what I mean? Because like, you know, like these things are here because like these people are this sharp. And like I think just like with, you know, the tools and obviously AI technology and stuff like that right there, like, hey man, like, you know, you just kind of got to lean into it, man, and embrace it for what it is. Like, it ain't going to be 100%. Nothing's 100% like in this space. Right. But I think like this year has been more evident than ever about just how sharp the rest of the community is, man, for sure.
And Jonah, once we get you in the league next year, it's really going to improve betting because so much goes into betting with fantasy. It's hand in hand.
Yes.
That's why I became really good at it. It's because of fantasy and stats and everything that comes along with it. You know, I transitioned. Fantasy was I'd put me against anybody for a long time. And then last 10 years, it's changed to betting because betting is incredible when it comes to freaking fantasy. You can be a lot better of a bettor. And it definitely helps. And I know Nick and I talked about this when he was out here in Arizona. That was a great time, by the way. Had a great time at the game. So we had a good time. Definitely a night owl, for sure. Get my liver tested already.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Go see us out in Ohio. We ain't seen nothing yet, bro.
Yeah, a lot of goes in betting with the whole fantasy thing. And especially how it's legal everywhere now, and it's expanding.
Not everywhere. Very close.
Getting there. Where are we at? Like 38 states or something like that, but something like that. But hey, you know what? We got to do another cheers. This has been good. Cheers, brother.
Man, for sure. Cheers. For sure.
Jonah's got
drink yet?
Jonah, you got the wine? Is that what you got?
I'm actually doing water today, as embarrassing as that is. I'm doing water with electrolytes. I haven't been feeling well today, so.
It's all good.
Right. Yeah, I ate something sour this morning. So
Oh man, my uncle would always say, "Listen, if you're feeling bad, the only thing that will make you feel better is little Jack Daniels, a little little wild turkey will do it for you. You know what I mean?
Wild turkey.
Rocking that cowboy hat, baby. Go and get that wild turkey.
There you go. Exactly.
Hey, you guys want to roll on to DFS or / Nick's Prop Shop? You got some props for the people. A little sneak peek before your Sunday show. You got a couple you would like to share and go over. That would be awesome. I mean, let's go. Let's see what you got.
All right, pulling it up for you.
Actually, let's go to Nick. Nick, do you got some props you want to do?
Yeah.
Talk about.
I got y'all. Come on, I could have come to this place.
Of course,
and not wipe my feet at the door with a present.
There we go.
Sorry, we don't have
overall prop land. So, just to give the people a shot, where we at for the Nick Prop Shop for the year, 61% of the year when it comes to prop betting, 113 and 70 on the year. So we are cooking with hot grease. 10-8 last week, so it wasn't like the best of week, but again, we take them as they come. Usually I've been better at, the prime times have been a lot more nicer to me this year.
They have, right?
I've had a couple of sweeps, and I've obviously had a long ticket that cashed like last month with the Steelers Bengals game. So prime time spots have been pretty decent for me.
Nice.
But overall, I got two for y'all because I can't give you the whole enchilada. You got to come to our show, the Fantasy Football Show.
There you go.
10:30 a.m. Eastern for the rest of the overall bets. But two that I really like, and because I like Heywood and Jonah, getting to warm up to him because he's not a fantasy football guy yet. I'm gonna have to change that around.
So trust is earned, right?
Yeah, exactly. You got to earn this, man. But that being said, listen. So first one I got for you, nice little exclusive for you. Chase Brown over 75.5 rushing receiving yards. Despite last week with
my number one.
Despite P. Ryan coming back and getting 15 touches last week, Brown still managed 22 touches for 113 yards against the Baltimore Ravens. He's hit this line last 6 straight games in terms of the line. Now, Buffalo has allowed the 4th most rushing yards this season, 2nd most yards per attempt at 5.2. They've allowed the most rushing touchdowns this year. So there might be, I'm not sure if check reports about Ed Oliver's playing, but that still is not going to, I still feel like Chase Brown could get there by the receiving alone. So
love
that being said, I just like the rushing receiving prop, 75.5 right now as we're recording this Friday night. So just double check your books to find out where you get the best line. The best line I saw was on DraftKings for that line, 75.5 for rushing receiving. The other one I got, you may want to jump on pretty more quickly, and that's your boy of the Arizona Cardinals,
Trey
Michael Wilson, over 67.5 receiving yards. No Marvin Harrison because he's been ruled out now with that heel injury.
I like it.
And without Marvin Harrison in weeks 11 and week 12, get these statistics because these are hot. We all know Michael Wilson, literally week 11 alone, was the top receiving yards getter, 185 receiving yards in week 11, right? But in the 2 games without Marvin Harrison, he's had an 83% route participation rate, 11.2 yards per ADOT, and that's average depth of target, 54% air yards per share, a 31% target share, first read rate, 38.6%. What just means is that he's been targeted literally the first read consistently over that span, and 12.2 yards per reception. Literally straight cooking with hot grease. And although, yes, Marvin Harrison came back and he kind of, put some water on him a little bit, he still had a 24% first read rate. So I love the line, 67.5 receiving yards for Michael Wilson. Makes too much sense. And again, with no Marvin Harrison, we've seen what we can do without it. You can definitely make a ladder out of this if you want. But definitely 67.5 seems more than reasonable in this spot. So exactly 6-7. I got for you. You want more of that? You thought that was hot? You thought that was steamy? the Fantasy Football Show, 10:30 a.m. Eastern on YouTube. DA Fantasy Football Show on YouTube.
I love it. I love it. So in my small my notes, that's funny. Chase Brown is number 1 so far on my research. So my bets that I'm going to finalize for tomorrow. And Michael Wilson was number 4. Smart minds think alike. I love him, Nick. And you're cooking. Listen to the man. Straight up. Listen to him. I love him.
What did you say your overall for this year? What is your
Yeah.
your pick hit percentage?
61.
61%.
Let's go. Love it.
Thank you.
Love
Thank you
it.
very much. Thank you.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So last year it was like 54, 55.
Okay.
So improvement overall. Like realistically, they say like in the industry is like if you got like it's like 60, close to 65%, like whatever better. Like you're good.
You're
You're doing what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But aimly, you want to get to 70 ultimately, but that's just for like the big head honchos, whatever. But
That's hard.
hey,
That's
man,
hard.
hey, it's a long grind, long season.
It
a lot
is.
of things can happen. A lot of things can't happen. Sometimes.
Totally. Totally.
Yeah,
A month ago,
So-
our show was at 73. Now it's down to 62. So I totally know what you mean, Sue. It's tough to get there, but
Wait, baby.
60% plus is money. So put a few buckets on each bet that you got over the course of the season. You're gonna be up. So Nick's prop shop,
or hit a long crazy lot of parlay and
That's right. That's right.
and make your little coin that way for the
Bro,
season. All
bro,
it takes is one. All it takes is one.
Last night I built a 12 leg, no sweat, so it was no alt lines. So
Don't talk about last night between
No,
Detroit and
I
Dallas.
hit 11, and I
No,
was
because Amon-Ra St. Brown was ruled in
yeah.
like the 11th hour. Then he goes out and has 92 receiving yards and all that. Like hoopla.
Dude, Doubtful
and
before the
Pickens
game,
37
Doubtful.
receiving yards.
I was
That's
about to
what I'm
say
talking about, right
that's who got me too. That's
I
who
had
got
him at
me.
40 yards, and on the last drive, I'm like, I got this. I got this. Fuck. No. 11 or 12 legs.
Yeah, that's
$25 would have won $3,000.
That's
That's
3 yards, and I had no cash out option because it was a no sweat.
Yeah,
I got my money back. But I'm like a minute left. I'm like, I was about to text you guys. I was like, dude. Like,
I had him for 70, and like I knew, like, man, the fourth quarter, I was like, all right, like I was like, they probably got 2 more possessions left. I was like, and then I was like that. No, I was like, that's
Ryan
it.
Fenoyo, like was the one really?
Who?
What seriously? Like,
yeah, the George Pickens I know showed up last night.
Yeah,
like,
so Jonah, my mom. Listen to this.
I know showed up last night.
Amon St. Brown's one of Detroit's best players. He was listed doubtful. He didn't practice all week, and he plays. He was listed doubtful right before the game, and he got changed. And he plays. You telling me the fix isn't in on stuff, man? What the hell are you saying that to the public, man? Like,
I know.
come on.
That's crazy.
Some people just don't know how to do their jobs, I guess. Well, I guess they're gonna have to promote me up there, I guess, at some point.
Right? There you go.
Like, get the real information.
And I'll say this: insiders that works for the teams, don't listen to them, people. They work for the team. They work for the team. Work for the team. They get told
what to say.
So don't listen to insiders. It's not like it used to be.
No.
Totally.
No, it's not. Because before it was literally just independent work of like, okay, like you would talk to what's going on, like, yo, what's the status? And now it's like they just gatekeep more than they ever have before. So it's just definitely be like, when it comes to that, it's like, especially now where it's like you should be more transparent than ever before because people are putting their money on certain stuff. And it's like, the outcome. Because again, like if people knew Amon-Ra St. Brown was going to play, like they would have definitely, the line would have probably been closer to probably a 2 versus a 3.5 for overall, like where it was. So, yeah, like, I don't know, man. It's just, sometimes you just wonder.
Totally. So I got 2 buddies that one used to work for the Cardinals. His name's Mike Jarecki. He used to be an insider. So, and another guy is Doug Franz, who used to have a media pass and the media here locally. They're 2 pretty big guys. They left the media scene because of stuff like that. And the Cardinals were trying to sabotage them because they were asking challenging questions. And I've heard this personally from them. The teams pay reporters what to say. There's team reporters. I mean, come on, man. Let's be a little more transparent. You don't have to cover everything up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's crazy because it's like, the other thing too is like to Nick's point, like these lines, like moving up or moving down. And like I like literally like I'm like I get home from work and like I open up Twitter and I see Amon Ra running. I'm like, that brother looks like he's ready to play football tonight. He looks like he's ready to go. Like I like all bets are off. Like you know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
So I appreciate your Nick's Prop Shop, brother. Appreciate that. 2 little nuggets. Don't forget to watch Sunday morning, 10:30 EST on YouTube, the Fantasy Football Show. We got Jony Maine, 37185. What's that all about, by the way? What's the number all about?
Tennessee,
37185.
baby.
That's what I rep, baby man. That's my home. That's my home zip code,
Zip
man.
code. Okay.
Yeah, that's my home
Okay.
zip code back
Okay.
down bottom, man. You know,
All
like
right.
I never forget where you come from, man, because you
Okay.
know it's made you who you are. You know what I mean? And I'll
Sure.
never forget. So
100%. So one of your sweet spots, Johnny, is you've been a daily fantasy player for quite some time. I know Nick has,
yeah,
but I know there's a segment specified, Nick's little sweet spot, his
yeah,
DFS. So let's do a Johnny Maine DFS segment with a lineup.
yeah.
Share with the folks at home.
Yeah, man. Actually, this is actually pretty good because like I got a little local thing going here, man. You know, it's $20 buy-in, man. We kind of just take like it's up to 25 people. Sometimes we get 18, sometimes we get 20. So yeah, so got it up here, man. So like I got everything ready to go.
Thank
Wait,
you.
hold on.
yeah, like-
Before Johnny starts going, right? Devon Achane a lock, right?
Hold on. right.
Devon Achane a lock, right? Devon Achane, right? Yeah. Sorry, I had to.
So, I want Johnny. I want Johnny to do his thing, but I want to build a lineup separate with all three of us.
Yeah, no, dude, I definitely want to build one like with you,
with us,
like with us, like for sure, because like I like kind of the next point, like I'm not gonna give like everything, so like what I really want to focus on like tonight is like there's a ton of division games this week. I think there's actually like there's 6 division games this week, and so I was like, all right, like I'm kind of doing my research, and I'm like, all right, like let me talk about division games, right? Like obviously, like, you know, Nick does this thing, man, talking about props, like he's talking about props on Thanksgiving as we did our Thanksgiving show.
9-3 on Thanksgiving, Black Friday week.
And one of those 3 was Jahmyr Gibbs. Like kind of going through and doing like the research. I'm like, bro, like, you know, call it out, right? Like, hey man, like Green Bay has done a phenomenal job against Jahmyr Gibbs in the past.
Yep.
And like they continue to do a phenomenal job on him. And Jahmyr Gibbs was the hottest player in the world for fantasy football. So I think like, you know, like there's a lot to be said about division games and trends. And I think this week, obviously, like we have them. So I'll kind of just go down the list of things like super quick. Steelers and Ravens.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start there. I'm not taking anybody from here, but if I was going to take anybody or anything, I would look at these 2 team defenses. And the reason why is that
I thought you were going to say your boy.
No. In the last 5 meetings, only one team has scored over 20 points. So like
busting his balls.
Yeah. Oh, he's a
Jets Flowers.
Fan. He's a Jets fan, man. If he wasn't at 60% for the year, man, I'd be dragging this guy across hot coals right now, man. That's the only thing that's saving him from me getting in him every single week, man. Is that 60% number? That's it. But I will say, right, like the other part, man, is like, and again, like this is just divisional stuff, right? Like this isn't me like opening up like the whole everything. Jags and Colts in the last 5 games, no less than 49 points have been scored in those games. And one of Nick's favorite guys, Trevor Lawrence, has actually been. Don't worry, he's been a pretty solid producer when you look at like him as a fantasy quarterback. So like
he's your new Sam Darnold, isn't he?
No, I'm just calling out some things, and then we're gonna build. I got to get through it, and then I'm gonna build. Jets and Dolphins, to the point, man. You mentioned like Devon Achane, like yeah, like he probably is a lot for my lineup. I'll go ahead and give it to you, man, for sure. Last 3 games,
interesting.
At least 48 points have been scored in the last 3 games between the Jets and the Dolphins. So I think there's something to be said there. Right, that's right, and like that's why I was like, yo, like this is actually like really crazy because like these are games that like you wouldn't think that like would have big totals, like just historically. Saints and Bucks, you're like, oh, okay, like yeah, like you know maybe Baker Mayfield like gets back on the schneid. like only 2 times has 46 points been scored over the last 5 games. And I'm using the last 5 games because like Baker Mayfield has been in that space for quite a while. But I will tell you this, 2 guys that I do absolutely love, and when I go back and look historically about what they've done, Chris Godwin is the guy for me this week. And maybe it might be a Mecca Ibuka, maybe, but like from a price tag side of things, like Chris Godwin is a very good value. So I like him a lot. So he's probably gonna make my lineup. And then Juwan Johnson, like Juwan Johnson is actually crushed. Like he's crushed. Like
Jonah Johnson,
he's like he's crushed the Bucs, man.
By
Like,
the way, folks,
he's
Nick Wilson
he's a fan trash favorite of mine.
Yes,
He was
Nick
one of the
talked
first
about
few
him
people.
in the
You know what I'm saying? Like,
summer.
Yeah, like he's crushed, bro. Like he's crushed
Yeah.
against them. So I'm like, okay, like I dig that. And then like, you know, Heywood, gonna talk about your boys, man, the Rams and Cards, and 2 of the last 3 over 40 points have been scored. And it just feels like this game could have a recipe for a lot of points. And like from a DFS side of things, like there's a lot of value. Man, Trey McBride, like, dude, this price just keeps going up and up and up and
No
up.
Moss anymore. No Moss
Yeah,
anymore.
like, you know what I mean? Like it just keeps going. And then like when you look at as well, like the Bears and the Packers, like in their space as well. The last 2 games, like what, 46 points, 39 points over the last 2. So there's that. And I know a lot of people are really excited about the Bills and the Cincinnati Bengals. But like even when you go back and you look historically, like that's the one game I will talk about. When you go back and you look at those 2 games, like historically, like they haven't been like shootouts like with what you think. I don't think that's necessarily the case like in this space, because I think like
the under has hit 2 out of the last 3 times.
Yes, like so you're with me, right? So like it's not necessarily like what you think like in that space. So like I'm just calling all of those things out because like I feel like I had to get them off my chest, and then like okay, like now let's build. All right, so like yes, I will start off, man, so I can shut Nick up like right out of the gate here, so we can go ahead and go with Devon Achane.
Where's the mute button?
But yeah, like we'll go ahead and get him. We'll go ahead and get him out of the way, right? And then like, and again, like this is just me kind of like right, like on the fly. I gotta find Godwin because like I really do like him this week in this space. So Chris Godwin is at 5,300. So like, you know, I think I'm not quite sure like what's going on with the Mecca Ibuka, and like, you know, we've been talking about it for like the last handful of weeks. Like
6 weeks
just
now.
the explosiveness isn't there. Like the receptions of 10 plus yards. I think before last week it was only 3 catches for 62 yards, where he had been like one of the league leaders in that space, like behind JSN. So I think there's definitely something to be said there. But hey, you know, what do I know, man? I'm just a C plus podcaster trying to get by all my good looks and charisma. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, and then like if you want to like it's kind of hard to move away from James Cook, man. Like it really is. Like he has been in his bag. Like and maybe I'm missing something, but like he's been in his bag and going against a Cincinnati defense that like has been lackluster.
Johnny, you reading my notes?
I'm not, bro. I'm not. So, yeah. So like, how do you go away from him is really what I would say. And then like you talk about, I'll go to wide receiver again. Then like I was talking about like the Jags and the Colts. Jacoby Myers. Like I don't love the Jags. Like they're not sexy, right? And like we talked about it on Sunday, Nick and I. Like if this happens, and it did happen, now all of a sudden the Jags are in this space where like they're leading the AFC South. Like this is exactly what we did not think was gonna happen, right? So you got Jacoby Myers now. Like it's insane, bro. Like it's literally insane.
RIP and all the BTJ drafters.
Dude, don't even get me going. Full of that alcohol. Don't get me going, bro. Don't get me going. Oh my god.
I told you those Jaguars are going to start. Was my second half team.
Yeah, no, and you weren't wrong. Like you were not wrong. And then you like for me, like this is where it kind of gets like really hairy for me because like all 3 of these tight ends I like. Juwan Johnson, Brenton Strange, Darren Waller. Like those, like I like all of those guys. Like so like I will default to the tight end guy to see because my default is to go to the cheaper guy, which is Darren Waller.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you think, tight end guy, Darren Waller, Juwan
Might be
Johnson.
good with the points, the high score in the last couple of meetings. That's
True, and that's where that's every build that I had. Like I had them, and I was like, but like, you know what? Let's do it because we nasty over here. Okay, let's do it. All right, let's do it. All right. So now, like, obviously, like we're getting to a place at like 4,600 at tight end to see like what options we have, and where's he at now with no Jeez, why am I drawing a blank? No receiver for the Chicago Bears. You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
We go Luther Burden.
Roma Dunze's week.
Roma
to week
Dunze.
right now.
There we go. Thank you. That's what the Hennessy will do to you. No Roma Dunze. No Roma Dunze.
I love it.
Forgot about him. Yeah, that's crazy.
No Roma Dunze. You have Luther Burden now. So like we have like a lot of really good options here, like as far as like receivers, potential, like I wouldn't even say potential, but like Jacoby Myers is the number one target for the Jags. Luther Burden, like he's obviously been doing his thing over the last couple of weeks, like in his space. Darren Waller, like we know what it is, like with the tight end situation with the Dolphins and pass catchers. So like I feel really good about like where we're at. And now obviously you guys know like we're gonna have to take a couple. We're gonna have to take
You
a couple.
can get whoever you want.
We're gonna have to take a couple gambles here, as far as quarterback in the flex position. So look, obviously, like we want to pair some of these guys up. So Baker, do I feel good about it? No, like I don't feel good about the Baker situation just because of the points that like I had mentioned earlier. So why not go down to Trevor Lawrence, Nick's favorite quarterback that's out there floating around right now? Why not? Why not go there? So like I'm cool with that.
I like
And
this.
and then for me, like I am typically one that like I like to pay up for defenses, but like paying down is like definitely in the bag this week. And when I say like paying down, let me find where they at. I'm looking for the Chargers defense, where they at. Not the Chargers defense, but who they are playing, just because of like their situation, like at the tackle spot. Oh man, I had it in the bag, for sure.
I don't see him either.
No, I don't. What am I missing here? The
Are
Chargers.
they on the main slate?
They might be on the main slate. That I don't see a Chargers. All right, so we'll keep cooking.
Chargers are on Monday night.
That's why. Okay, perfect. Nope, perfect. All right, cool. So I'm looking down here like the bottom 4, bottom 5 defenses that like we could play in this space. So like just for now, just as a placeholder, let's go Cincinnati just as a placeholder because obviously just because like we talked about what it's been in the past. So we got 7,300. So we got a couple of options. We got Bucky Irving, not playing any Justin Jefferson. That's completely off the books. Don't want to go super crazy and have Jalen Waddle and have a bunch of Dolphins in that space. Or Josh Jacobs. So I'm looking for like a really good play. We could go back to Breece Hall. I don't mind that. Or we could go wide receiver. So I'm thinking Breece Hall is
Like this build, John. You can get whoever you want at the couple of price points you want.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking this is always like where I struggle at open mic.
It's all right. You're doing great, dude. You're doing good.
Yeah. I feel like Breece
And plus, folks, it's Friday. It's not like Saturday. So, I mean, I know these guys are diehard as me. So Saturday night, Sunday mornings usually when they dial in more because all the info. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no. I'll go Breece Hall just to get in that game stack there, just because the last 3 games have been 48 points, and then we'll have the opportunity to look around as far as defenses go, in this space. And yeah, that's
Steelers.
Don't you even talk to me about the Steelers right now.
Oh, boy.
Don't even do it.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
you even do it. Don't you even do it. Don't you even do it. Man, I would have loved to have gotten to the Vikings at 3,000. That would have been money. That would have been money. But if I can't get to them, oh gosh, this is always like the critical stuff right here. This is
how much money you have left?
I got 2,900 left.
Oh yeah,
and so I could move I could move off of Breece Hall and just see like if it would give me something.
I mean, honestly, Commanders or Titans seem like a.
It does, man. Like it does.
Not all Nuggets. We got to build our own. Come on now.
Yeah, no, it does. It does.
I'm just giving them options.
No, it does. It does. He's trying to give me the government bailout, and I appreciate it. What if we do this? What if we go back to Michael Wilson, as we talked about, right? Like just to kind of open some things up as far as like what he's been able to do in the past. And then we go to the Browns. I can dig that. I just don't have a run back from the Arizona side, and that's okay. Um, yeah, like I think this right here works for me. This works for me for sure. You got Trevor Lawrence, who's been a top 10 quarterback really in the last 3 weeks. He's been a top 10 fantasy quarterback for sure. And obviously, they have something to play for. Devon Achane, nothing really needs to be said. I think, like, honestly, we're reaching a point where next year, like, if we're looking in drafts, like, it's would be very hard for me to look past him as far as like a top 5 fantasy pick.
Agree.
Oh, wait, what?
Yep. Dude, I got I picked Devon Achane in a couple of leagues already, man. Like last year.
Nick's like, who? Yeah, come
Yeah,
on
I
now.
already did. Like I picked him in a couple of leagues, just on the off chance that could be wrong, right? I'm not like you. I don't come out smelling like roses in every single scenario in life. You know what I mean? James Cook, like obviously, like he gives you some exposure to that game right there. Chris Godwin, like I talked about, like if you can look, man, Baker Mayfield, I think is starting to feel a lot more comfortable with him being back, and Chris Godwin looks like he's back as far as underneath routes getting targeted in that space. Jacoby Myers, he is definitely standing out as the guy because Brian Thomas Jr. sucks at life right now, unless his quarterback is Mac Jones. Luther Burden is your value pick right here with
Mike Jones?
Who?
Who?
With no Roma Dunze. Darren Waller, who I thought he was a better rapper than he was football player because the last time I rostered him, he didn't do jack squat. But like, yo, he's cooking. He's cooking in this space. And then Michael Wilson, man, like we talked about, like with that Arizona offense, man, like this is a perfect game script for them as far as like if they get down, like we know what it's going to be with Jacoby Brissett. And then the Browns against the Titans. As much as it absolutely pains me to say this as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, Myles Garrett might be the most dominant defensive player as far as front seven players goes in the NFL, and that's really gross for me to say, but I kind of hate my Pittsburgh Steelers right now. So yeah. So
all right, Jony Maine's DFS class, folks. Let's go.
Love it.
Let's go. So, for the. So DFS, for anybody who doesn't know, it's related to fantasy. You have a budget. You can pick studs, sleepers. You got to stay under the budget, and there's a huge amount of winnings in it if you do really well at it. Like huge.
Yeah.
Up to $1 million some weeks.
It's still the lottery.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a lot, man. Listen, listen, man.
Let's play cash games.
Yeah, I was about to say, man. I'll tell you this right here, man. Real G's play things other than cash line, man, because it's very frustrating. Like I talked about earlier, man. Like just the field is like really sharp now, man. Like the field is really sharp, and kind of to your point, Hayward, like I can even like date back as recent as 3 years ago, where like I could consistently bank on like me being in a space where like I would be in the green every single week. And it's just gotten a lot tougher, man. Like it's just gotten a lot tougher. And I think like one of the differences between that and like sports betting, like gambling, is that, when you're in these tournaments, there's only an allotted amount of money and you're going against people. Like when you're sports betting, like the entire world is open.
It's us against the books, baby.
Yeah, like right, like it's you against the world, right? And I think like you're not wrong, Hayward, when you talk about like that. There's absolutely like a direct correlation with fantasy and with sports betting, and if you can like nail the two of those things down, man, it can be a very profitable situation for you. If you don't, it can be a very miserable situation for you. You know what I mean? It can be very miserable, but that's what I got for Friday night, man, for sure.
Love it. Jonah, you ever heard of Daily Fantasy before you met me?
Of who? The Daily Fantasy?
No, I'm asking Jonah.
I thought you said like.
When he said Johnny, it was like, I can see why you probably like, oh, Johnny.
My bad.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've heard of people doing it. Yeah, and I've buddies of mine have had like kind of even just like local fantasy leagues, just like private leagues, So
it's big time. What they say.
I mean, if you guys have watched the show too, you guys know that I tend to be more on the conspiracy side if everything's fixed. And so in my head, I'm like, I feel the outcome is at least heavily influenced, if not fixed. And so all these other players are going to underperform or overperform, not based on their stats or their abilities. Like you guys were just saying, that guy was questionable until the last second. Okay, why was that? Well, there's a script. There's an overall entertainment. And so I'm like, do I really want to like invest time and money into something that I don't need? Is it really stats based? So I'm like the skeptic. So
And a
Nothing
lot
wrong
of
with
your
that either.
quite a few of what you've said is there is a narrative, and there's another side of it, numerical and refs and stuff like and with everything that's coming out more and more now, the average casual fan and people with money on it, man, it's starting to like be like, what the hell is going on, dude?
this
Like,
season has been particularly strange
Yes.
for
Yes.
outcomes and just teams that are usually just crushing
yes,
come out like they've never touched a football before.
right, 100%. Nick Jony, a couple weeks ago, Raiders Browns. Who punts at the 29 late in the game?
Bro, listen.
Listen.
Who punts at the 29
Listen.
to get the under?
That Keontae George is another one that like
Yeah,
Keontae George.
yeah.
That's crazy work. That is absolutely crazy work.
And now thinking about it in the big picture, it's growing. More people more people are gonna be more mad about it because it's more open and people are gonna question more and more and more. It's gonna be worse.
And there was another one. There was another one I seen. Like I don't know if it was like like a smaller like college football. This kid catches like you know what it was, Nick. You seen it? This kid catches it. Literally has nothing but green grass in front of him.
Steps out of bounds.
Steps out of bounds. And I'm like,
Crazy.
bro, like,
Hold on, were they?
And
up?
he was at the 1 or 2 yard line, wasn't he?
It
was like at the 10-yard line,
Yeah.
but it was clearly he should have scored.
Yeah, like there was no reason for him to run out of bounds. Like you could justify like a couple of like the Todd Gurleys, like like that stuff. Like you could justify that like for teams to like not get the ball back in those situations. But like this was a situation where this kid had nothing but green grass in front of him, and he veers out of bounds. And like, listen, all I'm trying to do is get a scholarship. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get a scholarship.
There was one earlier in the season in college football. I think it was Iowa, where the quarterback literally like just consistently drops back, and he gets a safety. It's like, what?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
Crazy work. Crazy work.
Like this is the type of stuff you would do like if you like were like in charge of like the Madden game, whatever. You were like fixing all the attributes for certain players or whatever, and the outcomes and playing God and stuff like that. This is the type of stuff you would see in a game like that. Like,
who are you to play God?
Pretty much. Literally, it's like, what in the world is
That's crazy. Yeah.
All right. Great lineup. So last segment, I think we're going to do, unless you guys want to keep talking, but I want to build something I mentioned on your show.
Yeah, man.
I want to build a lineup with you guys. So, and I have this feeling as it's 20 minutes before the show, I'm doing my last minute prep work. I only say this every now and then, like once or twice a year. This weekend, I feel it. I feel it. And it's Friday. I usually say that Saturday. Like I feel it. So my number one inspiration, and I'll say it, I'll give him props, I don't care, is Jeff Mance for DFS. I've been watching him listening to every day for 20 years, and he's made me a lot of money. And I'm going to be honest, me being great at it in the past is all because of his influences, the principles, and then taking your mind and adjusting to it. So he knows what's up. So this week, I got my core four before I listen to him.
Yeah.
Like I do it every week. Every week. My core four was exactly his. Again, that's twice this year. That happens once or twice a year. So, and those have been big weeks. I've cashed 9 out of 13 this year in DFS. I'm not ranked as high like I was when I went to the fantasy football championship.
Who cares about that?
But
making money, that's all that matters. Like,
that's all money. Right. But it's I feel it this week. So let's build a lineup with our three great minds. Jonah, if you don't mind, I'm sorry, but I got to do this for my brothers.
So, I love it. Yeah.
I feel it. So let's build a lineup together. All three of our minds. I think we can do good. I usually do FanDuel, but I'll do DraftKings.
Whatever, man. Yeah, whatever, bro.
No. Let's go DraftKings. That's your guys' thing. I adjusted. I looked at them tonight. So let's you want to I don't know. Johnny just had his, so we got a pieces of what we could do. Nick, I want to plug your mine for a minute or two. If you want to maybe blow up, put the DFS lineup up, and then just talk about Johnny. Maybe you can listen and or just talk and whatever's clever, guys. But Nick, start off if you want to.
We'll put Johnny's back up because I am not set up to put it up right now. To put my lineup.
Okay.
But what I did have prepared for you is what I'm looking at for DFS purposes in terms of like the matchups and stuff like that. Like we're all going to coordinate. So I guess the question for me looking into this week is where to get contrarian, right? There's a few spots I feel we could definitely get contrarian at. The first spot I think about is Jane Daniels at 6K. Reason being is because look, Washington doesn't have too much to play for. But what I will say about Jane Daniels is that he's 6K. We normally get this guy like 7.5 or plus on DraftKings. And we'll see, like, it looks like he's going to play. He's trending towards playing. And I feel like he's like definitely like the ultimate like GBP play of the week. He could scramble, obviously. He hasn't looked like himself per se, but he's someone that again, like we're always looking at we're looking to get at least like 20 something points from Daniels. I think he can get us 25 in this spot. So that's like contrarian spot for me, Jaden Daniels, like overall. I think when Johnny was talking about James Cook, it's like, man, like
You want to pull it back? Let's go to us again. Sorry.
Say again?
Let's pull the screen back. Let's see all of us. We'll have open discussions if you want to.
Yeah. There you go.
Totally. I mean, so I always try to find myself getting a little contrarian where I can. I do think that if ownership predicts, like, if we're talking about like like a cheaper guy, my boy Tyrod Taylor.
I literally have him in like a couple of FanDuel lineups and ran like some Jets, Dolphins like run backs, and like if it wasn't Trevor Lawrence, like Tyrod would have been the guy for me 1,000%. So I'll rock with. But I just felt like that was like I felt like that was like chasing from last week a little bit because like I seen
in a way,
and the only reason why is because like I seen a couple of like lineups that like took down the tournaments that had Tyrod there. So I was like,
fair.
I was like, am I or am I not? But then that's when I got to like the last three games, 48 points. I was like, maybe I'm not. And I ran him naked in a couple of them. I didn't run him with like an actual like pass catcher. Like I literally just ran him naked with like an Achane, Waller, and like an Achane, Waller, and Waddle. I did something like that right there in one of my lineups, one of my builds for FanDuel. But go ahead.
I thought you didn't like Miami.
I don't listen. I don't. I hate them. Like I hate players from Alabama that aren't named Minka Fitzpatrick or Najee Harris. I hate them.
This is funny. This is funny.
Literally.
I love it.
But go ahead. Yeah.
But I mean, look, just like I like Tyrod Taylor, Jaden Daniels, like I said, is the ultimate like GPP spot. Go Lamar. But honestly, like Jordan Love's someone that I'm thinking about 5,900 as well. Like Chicago matchup. We know Chicago defensively is still leading, passing yards. And Jordan Love every once again, like Chicago's pass rush is still like not anything to be afraid of. And when Jordan Love gets that clean pocket, he literally is a different quarterback than when he gets pressured. Because you saw him last week literally deliver against Detroit, and they didn't break. All they do is play man coverage. The week before that, though, Minnesota, and then we know they still are the number one team in the NFL that blitzes. Like that was a totally different game for Jordan Love. So I think in this spot for Jordan Love, like when we look at things, I think starting with Jordan Love actually, I think is really smart.
Go Jordan Love.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
What do you think about that, Heywood?
So I like how this is going. So we're definitely going contrarian because we're doing a tournament. So
yeah,
we already know that. So to tell people at home, GPP.
baby.
So I got breakdowns of every position. I like your guys' discussion. My quarterback is one of my weaker as far as player points. I have two guys on my bill. I like the Tyrod. He's not on mine, but Stafford and Brissett is the only two I love at the price point. So Yeah, contrarian. I kind of like what you guys are thinking because of the way.
But I don't mind what Johnny said about Trevor Lawrence either. I want to bring that
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So at 5,400, that makes a ton of sense as well. But
It does. It does. Now, as far as price point, who's the cheapest out of what we other guys were talking about?
Tyrod,
Like,
country mile.
and like, and like that's like, I like honestly, bro. Like, I feel 1,000% comfortable with Tyrod because like just like random, like obviously,
What's his
like
ownership?
his ownership is
Somewhat too early to tell.
I know. But, I mean,
you can get a
at
little
least
bit.
we get small sign. I guess it is Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, you
that's
get a
true.
small sample size. So,
I like that.
yeah, I got you. So
But
Tyrod is actually at like 7% right now.
That's not bad at all.
okay. I kind of like your guys' lean. That's not one of my strength and categories on position that I have in my notes for this segment because the only two I have is Stafford is my number one guy, but I'm down with paying down for contrarian play. We can load up somewhere else, and I do like the setup that Taylor has, so I'm down with that.
All right, let's do
I'm
it.
down with
All
that.
right,
I'm
let's
down
do
with
it. Tyrod. All right.
Down with that.
And then I think like I'll just intervene and say like it's kind of hard to move away from Devon Achan. And especially like if we're gonna start off with Tyrod, I don't know. Like, maybe, do you feel something different, Haywood, or what you thinking?
All right, this is one of my strongest categories right here. Is this
All
group?
right.
Running back is one of the strongest categories.
Love it, man.
All
I
right,
love it.
so he's tied with my number one guy.
Okay.
So
Who's your number one guy?
Achan is I love Brown this week.
Okay.
I love him. He's my 1AB after Achan, and I like Cook also. Jacobs. I think he
Yeah,
can.
Jacobs.
I was gonna reiterate
at the
that.
Jacobs at the price point.
At the price point.
At the
Yep.
price point is money this week for
I
sure.
do got Hall ranked in here. Jenkins. I do like a Neal if we're getting crazy and contrarian. But anyway, the other running backs I did mention, those are the guys I love. So I love that Bengals Bills game for running. I think both backs could actually have 100 yards each. I think game script too, like what you said earlier about the pass.
Yeah.
Right, some of the games, thinking it's not as high scoring. So I definitely like the backs there. But Achan, yeah, dude, he's gonna
got to, man. Got to.
Achan.
Got to. You got
Nick
to.
boy, this is fun.
Yeah, you got to.
Jonah.
You make me cry.
Jonah. All right. Jonah, this time next year.
I love it.
You
I love
gotta
it.
be in, bro. You gotta be in on it.
I love you for this. Thank you.
Oh, you're good.
So,
No, I mean,
so-
I'm
so
enjoying.
again,
I'm
it's jersey
enjoying. I'm enjoying the camaraderie and the spirit. I love it.
Yeah.
All right,
It's making me want to get. It's making me want to do my own research on these guys.
Yeah. So I'm down with definitely that. So I think that game, yes, and especially another thing when you said the high scoring games with the Jets Dolphins, right? Over the
Bro,
last
like I literally,
how this is falling into place as far as what we went and like planned this. Like that's cool. I like it.
literally blew my mind. And like the other like random like thing about this is like there's only been a couple of times, like not to go like super like in the weeds on things, but there's only been like one time.
I love it.
There's only been one time. There's only been one time where it's like the actual starting quarterbacks that you predicted have like been the guys. Oh, actually, there's two. So like Tua and Aaron Rodgers, and this was in 2024, and that was the overtime game where Devontae Adams finally started to like kind of hit his stride.
Yep.
Even in the game this year, right? There was 48 points that was scored in this game. Nobody like went like crazy, but like there was just like if you ran like some kind of game stack like with this, like Justin Fields actually would have been the guy in the space for the Jets. So I think like to go back, like you're talking about Tyrod Taylor and like just him being mobile. Fields' the stat line: 226, 1 passing touchdown, 7 rushing attempts, 81 yards and 1 touchdown. So like,
and realistically, what we're trying to get is 20, 22 points minimum, and that's not thinking crazy at a low price point to pay up to kill it somewhere else. So I really like this, especially at the number. I think that percentage actually, I don't think it's going to go up much more.
No, I don't think so either.
I like this. All right, so and then with our build, so we got what's our build right now? Blow it up real fast for us, Jonah. What we got right now as far as our 3-man?
Yeah, we got Tyrod, we got Chase, and we got Achan. Like,
okay. All right. So you down? You guys definitely down with Brown, right?
Yeah, that's up to you guys. I'll leave that one up to you guys as far as that one
Nick.
goes.
Chase Brown, yeah, easily. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Running backs case closed.
All right,
Damn,
cool.
I love this. Okay, perfect. All right. What do you guys think of receivers? All right, you want to go back small again, Jonah?
Receivers are always tricky, man. Receivers are always tricky, yo. They really are. Sometimes it's like just based on matchup, but other times it's like there's a screaming value sometimes, and you're like, I think we might have to roll with this.
Well,
um,
go ahead.
yeah, no.
No, go ahead. Cook it. Go ahead. You got it.
Okay.
We feeling
Because I like my take. Like my take will still be valid. Like after, so it's cool, bro. You go ahead.
But we have to go with JSN.
Oh,
We have to go with JSN.
nice bounce back spot here this week.
We have to. Yeah.
What's his ownership right now?
Ownership for
It'll
Jay.
still be high.
Well, it probably not as high as what it was.
No,
I think people might shade off him a little more.
Yeah, for sure.
It's more and more I want to go back to it. Like
That's
11% right now. Probably be closer to 12.
I realistically think he's gonna be 15%. So it's like if he's gonna be like if he I doubt he's gonna get popular, but there was a stat that I saw recently, and he may or may not be on the show for Sunday. But look, Atlanta plays a ton of cover 4. And JSN literally, crushes that defense. And again, we got to think about why JSN wasn't even like remotely involved last week. Like Seattle was literally their defense was punishing, pretty much forcing Minnesota to throw that white towel in, bro. Like, with Max Brommer at quarterback. So it wasn't even a competitive game. So we just got to go back. We got to give that context. So these are the spots I love going back to, where the public gets all nervous about a player. Like literally, we've been screaming his praises all year long. You know what I'm saying? Like Seattle has a 25 and a half point implied total. And this just makes too much sense. I know it's 9K, I know it's a lot of salary and stuff, but again, like with a possession receiver like JSN, on DraftKings especially, these are the receivers that we want, because this is an easy spot where the defense matches up to where the matchups here. It's not completely like obvious on paper either, so it's a great spot I feel we can attack here.
So let me just counter that and ask you like a couple things like that. Like the Minnesota situation, like that was like they didn't need him in that. So like I you don't even have to convince me to play JSN because like I've got him rostered like in a ton of spots, like season long. But the same things that you just mentioned, do you not worry about the same things like with the Atlanta game? Like or with Atlanta? Because
we said the same thing about Tennessee, right? A couple weeks ago.
Fair. So fair.
We said the same thing about Tennessee, and that offense still looks crazy. But how in the world was that competitive game?
Yeah, no,
and then JSN goes off for a season high 40.
Yeah,
so
it's random special team shit like that.
Yeah, no,
like that's why like random special team shit. That's the reason why, because it wasn't like it was Cam Ward's best game of the year, and like
I love that.
Best game, right? Like so, I think it's the same thing. Like I think there's a very similar situation. Like I think like there's just not enough offensively to be pushed. But like, could I see this being a space where JSN walks away with 8 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown?
That's
easy money. Hey, what you got, bro?
Ooh. All right.
Because that puts us in a hole quick.
All right. So I have class full. I totally see your point, Nick. Yes, he totally could eat. Agree. Yeah, we make good, valid points. Tennessee a couple weeks ago. Game script. They're gonna run the ball down their throat. They're gonna throw it all over them. What's the Atlanta team's gonna show up? This is an area. Running back's my strongest. I got some receivers, but as far as JSN, it does put us hole. But he could totally eat. I'll lean on you guys for this one more. I would be okay with putting him in there. I could see it. The dude's been record pace all year.
So like I think like okay again. Listen, this is my
and another thing. Do you trust Darnold?
I like, dude.
Of course.
I think Sam
what?
Darnold. Yeah,
after one game, we're just gonna be Darnold's this.
I think Sam Darnold is. I think he's better than like.
Okay. That's why we're leaning on to it.
So like my other and I now this is the only problem. It's like now I'd be contradicting myself of what I would be
I
saying.
know you will be.
But like,
Hmm.
yeah, I do. Are you? Listen, don't make me put together a highlight reel for you,
Oh, that's
okay?
funny.
Because if I put together a highlight reel, you'll be like, damn,
I
8,200.
don't give a dang. I know I'm gonna be right. I'm gonna be
No,
wrong,
no,
and I don't
no,
give a damn
no,
about
it's
that.
the contradictory part. It ain't the
Bring
right
your
or wrong.
highlight
It's the
reel. I don't
contradictory
care.
part. It ain't the right or wrong.
More times I'm gonna
Who
be right
cares
than
about the right or?
wrong.
It ain't the right or wrong. Who cares about it? It's the contradictory part. 8,200 for Jamar Chase.
All right. Yeah, I mean, he's in the price. Are we going to double team with that game with our lineup
Right.
with Brown?
Like I'm like again, like I'm putting it out there for you because like we're talking about price points.
But
Like
I see your point with the price. Right,
to
right.
get Jamar Chase at 8,200 with Joe Burrow.
So double up. But if they have two each, it could be that type. It could. It
And
is
like and the only reason
So
why
are
I
you
say
making your case for Chase, or is it
no,
more?
I'm just like
price point. Price point.
it's a price point, right? And I'm also saying that like I did call out the fact that like these Cincinnati Buffalo games have been under, and that I would be contradicting myself.
Yeah,
I did call
totally.
that out. So,
I'm
but like
more.
the
I'm
price
more
point
for.
for Chase is that's kind of crazy.
I don't want to double team too much as far as
Yeah.
teams in this type of deal. So guys, I like the Rams receivers. I'll let
Okay.
you guys talk about them. I really like them. I talked about Stafford being earlier. Other guys I like Waddle,
like him too.
Scary Terry, Franklin in a pay down, pay
Yeah.
low spot, Sutton a little bit, Michael Wilson as Nick's top points. Those are guys on my list. And dude, this nobody's talking about this. Maybe I'm crazy. Okay, Dortch. Look without Marvin Harrison the 2 weeks he was out, and look at his price point.
You are
Look
the
what he
Cardinals
did.
guy.
Dude, look what he did. Look at his stats. I bet you I've heard nothing about him anywhere from any sites. That guy could be he could be sneaky, just throwing it out there. So I do like one of the Rams receivers. If you're going to ask me, and here's another
Dortch's price?
Who?
What's Greg Dortch's price? What is it?
4,300.
dude,
Oh, okay.
dude. So look at it.
So
Nick,
you could even
his
go like
stats
you
when
could even
Harrison's out.
like you could even get like Dortch, Burden, and then so like maybe if we played JSN, like maybe we can get there with Burden.
Yeah, we can get there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, we can. So here's another point with my receiver, and I'm done with receiver. I'll let you guys discuss more. Jefferson's. I know he hasn't done crap.
Oh
I know
boy,
he
I
hasn't done
know.
it.
I know.
Just
This could be
crazy.
the week.
I know. I'm just saying crazy to contrarian percentage. His price point. Nobody's going to be on him. He's one guy I just thought about, and the stats against the Bears in the past. Sorry, go ahead, Johnny.
Greg Dortch is out.
Oh, is he?
He's out.
He's just that's news then.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't checked my phone. I haven't checked my phone.
12-19. Dortch and Marvin Harrison have both been rolled out for Sunday's Rams.
All right.
game.
So Wilson could be. What's Wilson's
That's why I
price?
couldn't find him.
56. I think.
That's why I couldn't find him.
So
Yeah, 56. So
I literally haven't looked at my phone in 2 hours.
no, that's right. No, bro. Listen.
So wait, so then who operates? Man, so then who operates outside of them then? Like if they're both gone, like then Michael Wilson becomes a lock for us then. Like
Yeah, like Michael Wilson, I literally just clicked him in because I'm
but
like,
then who else is
like,
gonna receive the ball outside of them? Because I'm thinking no,
So-
Mercado is not gonna be there. Like,
Leading my tight ends, I only have two. My other position that's weak on the homework. It's Strange or McBride if we're paying up. That's it. That's the only two I got. I got a couple other guys, but that's my main two. So talk about leading that. We could do that with Wilson. He should eat because I think we're going to play from
yeah, I think we're just
behind.
locking
The
Wilson
Rams
right
just
now.
got their butt kicked, right? That
Yeah.
or lost.
yeah, it's
They're going to be
definitely about
pissed.
it's
And
about
my
that
team at home, no. Stafford might have 4 touchdowns.
time. It's possible. It's possible.
Plus. I'll say it here. He's going Al Bundy.
Polka.
Yeah. he's going
So
Al
like,
Bundy.
well, like, but like, so here's the other things like you had mentioned too. Like, there's also some other places that like you can move down. Like, and here's a couple of like random things. Like again, like this is not me in my bag, but like this is just calling it out. So you have Brees Hall as a pay down option from Chase Brown, 6,700 to 6,500, which you mentioned you did like Brees, which I could definitely see that. Then you also have R.J. Harvey at 5,700 against the Las Vegas Raiders.
That's funny. I have his name on my list, but crossed out because of Sean Payton and running back. That's funny.
Oh, so you have like I love it. I love it. I love it.
funny.
Because really he's like the last viable guy that you could make a case for, right? Like if you want to go like a couple pay down options, right? Like you could make a case for that. So I know this is the dude. This is why I'm like,
I heard that
I'm like,
grunt.
yo, your props. I'm like, go ahead, man. Like DFS is like such a brain cramp, bro. Like
It is.
It's
though.
such
It
a
is.
brain
I
cramp.
was trying to bring
It
it for
is.
this segment, and I think we could do something really good if we get it. So
Yes.
this is awesome. So that's what I got. So all the guys we mentioned, we could plug in. As far as defenses go, I'll lean more on you guys, but I got Tennessee as my pay down.
Dude,
That's what I got.
I suck it. I suck playing freaking team defenses, bro.
Yeah.
I
So-
suck.
Yeah. And Nick, didn't you mention Tennessee or Johnny?
I did.
Yeah,
Tennessee
so-
or like the Commanders. Because
Yeah.
Tennessee or Commanders because they're a
Okay.
similar price point spot. So
Let's go Commanders, 2,800. They're the cheaper ones.
all right,
Let's
no
do
problem.
that. All right. So really, the biggest hang up for us right now is this.
Receiver.
We're almost there. We're
No,
almost
I
there.
mean, I got JSN, I got Burden, I got Michael Wilson. Like, I got them. So
We could change it up and pay up. We have to get stronger, but
One thought about the defense is there's a line that's oddly low in terms of the over under for all the games this weekend. It's the Titans Browns is only 33.5 over under.
yes.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So is that in the fantasy mindset? Is that where you're like, oh, okay, well let's run one of those defenses because it should be a lower scoring game?
I think that's like the obvious spots
yes.
for ownership and stuff. So that's where it's like I think like it's not terrible to go with the Titans there or the Browns specifically if you have the salary left. I think going with the Commanders though, it's like we've seen them just come up and give Denver a run for their money, and now they get a Minnesota team that we all know is not doing much explosive offensively.
Gotcha.
And if that trend consistently has been going down, I think we'll get the Commanders at a decent ownership rate. But again, defenses are literally like dime a dozen.
Yeah, you could if you miss no
It's
big
not going to
deal.
kill you,
It's
but you
not-
don't want to miss anywhere else, really.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
about
Right.
your players.
Yeah, 'cause-
Defense,
Yeah.
like you can get anything you want, and just who cares on
Yeah.
defense and still win some good money.
There's a couple other call outs too, man. Like that Chicago game. Like now with no Rome, like you have DJ Moore, you have Luther Burden, you have Colston Loveland. So you really have some nice pay down options.
You really do though.
Like, if
DJ
you-
Moore 4,800 also.
Yeah,
It's like,
you know what I mean?
Fucking in burning. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So you have some options, right? And then the other part too, I'm actually glad I get to talk this out and not be inside of my office at 5:45 in the morning having this conversation with myself. Literally, I'm so glad I get to talk about this out loud. But then, you were talking about, you have Tay, you have Tay, and you could use Tay, at 7,700, you could use him, and I think we all feel comfortable, well, there's probably gonna be 2 touchdowns that's gonna be scored in that game, right? So you have that going for you, if you decide to go, with a Devontae Adams versus a JSN. So I guess while I 1,000% agree, I'm man, if JSN doesn't have a JSN game this week, that's gonna hurt us because not only is it gonna hurt us from the perspective of him, but it's also gonna hurt us because we're not gonna be able to
He's
pay
down
up.
$500 from last week, right? He was 9,500 last week.
Okay, all right, more cases to be made. More cases to be made.
Just looking at
I'm gonna shut up. I'm just gonna eat this JSN and call it good, bro.
I mean, look, I'm not. I don't think you're not not making a good point, John, about it because it's you bring it down a little bit to a tier of receiver. Even when you're talking about Chase, it's Chase can match JSN. No,
Guaranteed.
you know what I'm saying? So it's it's just again, we can run a narrative of like what I was talking about with JSN, right? But it's like you were saying, if he doesn't get to like the 27 points we need or whatever or more to pay off that price tag, and then like anyone from Adams and up, like the Adams or Chase or Puka, like
That's
gets
really what it is.
outdoes it.
Yeah.
It's like we're kind of behind in the field.
Yeah.
So it's always one of those situations where it's like you just kind of it's one of those like go with your gut in the type of scenario, and you have like a lot of things just point out to me just like that's why I wanted to go JSN was like
Let's run it. I'll run it. I'm just gonna shut up and we're gonna run it, man. Like
All right.
and I'm not trying to be like any kind of way, but like
Oh.
I think like
no,
that's like
no,
that's
no,
like
fine.
I think that's all right. Like let's do
That's
it.
why we have a group thing.
we
Yeah.
couldn't, yeah.
No,
We
That's
no.
why
couldn't
we have
answer a
this
complete
talk.
no. Like
Yeah.
everything we talked about with him stuck a little bit. So yeah, all right, I'm down.
All right.
Good
Cool.
job, Nick. I love it. Let's go.
All right.
Watch him have like a 40-point burger.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Like if he does, like Jesus. Like
All right, what do we got left? What do we got left?
tight end and flex.
Yeah. So we have 8,400 left.
Yeah.
I'll have more influence on flex if you
All right. Go ahead, tight end guy. You got it.
You heard my two. Nick Wilson. Wilcox, excuse me. My bad. My bad. Nah, this is your area,
How
brother.
many drinks you had tonight?
3 hours. 3 hours of sleep will do that for you, right, Heywood?
3 hours of sleep will do that to you.
Yeah. All right. What
Not
you
much
got,
sleep.
man?
Not much sleep lately. I've been working a lot and on the podcast stuff. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
I mean, look, is it a crazy idea to go Loveland here at
No,
3,200?
it's not. It's like he's popping for me as like a really good value. Like he's popping for me, and I think like this is a spot where like they drafted him for this. This is what it is, and like here we are. Like with
What do you have last time against him?
Hold on.
I think. Yeah, what do you have against him last? I don't think he played much last time because earlier on in the season, I think, right?
All right.
Man, I can't.
How's Green Bay doing against the tight end lately?
Cole Kmet only like he didn't have anything the last time, but Cole Kmet had 2 catches for 3 yards, so that's not anything to write home about.
Look, call me crazy though. I like Gunnar Helm, 2,900.
Crazy.
Against Cleveland. Yeah, but look what George Kittle did to them last week. Like, you know what I'm saying, too. It's like, I know out of all what Cleveland's defense is, their weak point is still the short and intermediate area of the field. Because of what the pressure Cleveland defense brings to the table. So, and on the back end, they could somewhat still be very decent. It's just, again, that area of that defense, if there's going to be, again, anything when it comes to attacking that defense, you're going to want to attack in the short area, media area of the field. And I talked about this in my article, Gunnar Helm, back-to-back weeks of at least 7 targets or more.
Yeah.
And again, he's really finding himself in this area of like he could pay off his price tag. And at 2,900, all we're looking for is 10 points. He could potentially get. He's done that. He's done that in two of the last 4 games.
It's not about the talent. Like for me with him, like it's about the offense. That's my concern. Is like we could easily look at this and be like, Tennessee had 220 yards of offense against that Browns defense. Because like like I know, dude, Myles Garrett is getting ready to wreak hell against the Titans on Sunday. Like,
of course he is, but that also goes with what I was saying because like you got to get that ball out quickly.
Right. That's easy for a couple of superstar couch experts over here to say. I mean, that's
on the couch.
That's easy to say, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying he's earned the trust of getting that volume though too. So
have you ever had a 280-pound man coming off the line of scrimmage at you running a 4.40 in your face?
4.40.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I gotta stop being stupid. I gotta lock in.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
All right. So like Gunnar Helm.
84-pound man.
Well, dude, this is your area, so
Yeah.
I'm down with that. If he gets us 10 points, that's a win.
It's only, and again, it's really only because of like it fits. Like we can go Kobe Parkinson too. I like that area too, 3,100. I just think that if we get a guy like Gunnar Helm who, again, if he pays off, he pays off. If he doesn't, it's like he's our weakest salary point. So it's
that
not
frees up money.
truly not the end of the world, but it's like again in a scenario where. Again, a lot of things need to come out quickly. He's getting the target volume, and his role's only been increasing lately. At 2,900, it's like, look, if he goes if he gets us 12 points, if he gets us 14 points, it's like we're ahead of the field in this spot, where in this area where like to totally be happening. But
What's our
again,
money like? What's our
Let's
money
do-
like? We get anybody we want
Yeah,
at
let's do it. We
Flexen.
got 5,300. Let's do it. Let's like we'll roll with Gunner Helm and we'll see like what that actually gets us, like as far as like options for players and like if we have enough money to like get if it's not enough money then like we'll figure something out. Obviously, like
we can
we have
always make changes.
yeah we got to pay down options. So at 5,500, so it starts off like with the first guy is Troy Franklin, which I know you were pretty high on him, Haywood. Talking about
He was a cheaper guy. Like
yeah.
nobody would have him. I think people want to be on him. That's why I mentioned him.
Yeah.
I like that as a sweet box. So the guys I have left ranked probably the highest out of like what we could put in the flex. We don't have Cook right in there. I
No,
don't know his
it's
price.
it's HN and Chase.
Okay,
Brown.
okay.
Yeah.
Flex Jacobs, Cook, Nakua, Adams. As far as probably my top fours for if we can afford any of them. But
No, bro, we got 5,500.
oh, my bad. I
Yeah,
didn't realize. that.
because of having JSN is what really like either JSN or HN moving
So
off
for
of
running back, for me, it goes either probably Devin Neal or Aaron Jones.
Yeah.
I like Neil. I have a guy on the. He's on my
running
list.
back. I mean, we could go a little crazy and go, like Tyler Algier 4,500. But
So you guys are you guys are convinced to go running back?
No,
Yeah, flex.
No,
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 Okay.
no.
not at all.
No, I mean like one of my favorite guys is there. Like, and again, whatever, don't care. But Chris Godwin's there.
Yep, he is.
Yeah, Chris Godwin's there.
It all comes full
Hey,
circle.
Debo Samuel's there, baby.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, there's still options at receiver. Your boy DK Metcalf's there.
Fucking
Yo,
don't. I'm sorry. Don't talk to me about DK Metcalf. Don't talk to me about him. He's dead to me.
Can't tell whose team it is.
He's dead.
Steelers.
He is dead to me.
This is funny.
Hey, yo, I can't, man.
He's dead to me. So we got Godwin at 5,300.
Yo.
You got Godwin at 53. So you got Godwin, you got Debo, you got Troy Franklin, and that's at the pay down with Gunnar Helm. So I don't know like what other players you would be thinking about. You have Zonovan Knight, Christian Watson, Devin Neal.
I got Watson on my list too down the way. That's one guy I do have. I like.
All right, so I mean, if we did that, like that would kind of give us something, like as far as like the Green Bay.
Well, Christian Watson.
Yeah, that would give us something, and then you could
always like him.
Yeah, we do like him. Just a year too early. We could do that. Like we could go Christian Watson versus Chris Godwin. Yeah.
Yeah, agreement.
Ooh, you know what else? Not to like complicate things, but Tyler Warren is also there too. If we wanted to go double tight,
he's my third tight end that I had.
You also got Terry McLaurin there too. You know what I'm saying? Like, like same price point. Like, there's a ton of options you could run this thing with. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm good with all these guys that we're talking about.
So let's go Christian
definitely
Watson because that's what we that's where we landed on. So
yeah, that's what we landed on.
Let's go
Watson.
Christian Watson. That also makes our lineup like relatively unique because like we also have $300 in salary.
Yeah, we do.
Like we're not zeroed out. So
no.
If this lineup hits, then
can you show people at home like what this payout and all that and the prizes, so people at home have an idea of what this like $20 entry goes for?
Yes.
Check this out, Jonah.
50 grand.
Wow.
Oh boy, Jonah Heywood,
And that's just
the Fantasy Homeboys.
Yeah.
And that's just for this week, right? That's just the 1 week.
50 grand up top.
Yeah, the DFS stuff is always a 1 week thing. So it's like it's a straight like your lineup does amazing, whatever. Yeah. But again, the whole thing with GPP, and that's just where again you gotta have bankroll management people.
Yes.
And that is like it's because again, like the probability of you having a great lineup like this, whatever, shoot up to the moon, sometimes far and in between. You know, so you got to temper your expectations. So that's where you got to. I tell people like if you're gonna do this, like make sure you play some cash games, play some head to heads, stuff like that to get your bankroll consistent still.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Jonah.
But yeah,
no, I was just gonna say, Johnny, could you screenshot that lineup that we just built there so that we can add it when we post it after the show.
Yeah,
we
sure.
can
Like,
add
I'll
it to the.
I'll screenshot.
That'll be great
it.
for the
Yeah,
people to follow.
Yeah, I'll screenshot it. I'll DM to you guys for sure.
Word.
Did we want? So we were finalized on that.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
I
Cool.
mean, I think the segment went pretty well, a little longer than I thought, but I think it's because we're talking and working things out, because that's what it's about when it comes to building this lineup.
There
So
is.
Oh, bro,
Yep, I love it.
listen, don't ever put me on a DFS segment because I'm
we
gonna.
just did.
I'm gonna.
Too late.
I'm gonna galaxy brain it. Like I'm gonna galaxy brain it, bro. I'm literally the worst. The worst.
I love it.
Good stuff. That was fun.
Yeah,
what do you
man.
think? What do you think, Nick?
Oh yeah, great show for real.
I love it.
Just like great energy all around, and you already know what we do, baby. Shoot, we just got to make sure we've already had a decent, one big cash like betting line. We got to get a DFS one this year, like before the year's end. So
I had a good show. I had a good showdown, man. I had a good showdown when
oh, that's right. Earlier on in the year, that's right. The
week
showdown.
3, I had a good showdown, but man, I just but I haven't. But this is my baby, and I haven't, and I'm ready, and it's driving me crazy, bro. Driving me crazy.
Bring it. Hey, we're
gotta-
trying to bring the good energy. DFS this week. I
That's it,
feel it
baby.
this week. So hopefully, hey, let's see what we can bring.
Love it.
Well, you know what we say. Well, you know what we say on the Pick Is In podcast when it's betting time.
Show me the money!
That's right.
Love it.
Well, gentlemen, it has been an absolute pleasure this evening. Kind of getting to know you guys better. You know, I've heard a lot about you from Heywood. I've watched a couple of your shows myself, and so I appreciate the energy, the vibe, the humor. It's been a blast. And hey, I just witnessed the first building of a fantasy lineup. I love it.
Love it.
Man, it's like happy as a clam over there.
There you go. Exactly.
Hey, I just want to say, this is fun.
Yes.
Johnny, Nick, much love. Jonah, thank you for learning the ropes. You know, as far as all that goes, appreciate you guys being there. So it's been very fun. You guys are welcome on anytime you want to come back on, anytime at all. And I always push you guys. Believe you guys, it was very fun. Humble to know you. And Sunday morning, 10:30 EST. Check them out. The Fantasy Football Show, DA, by the way. Let's go. Jony Maine and Nick Wilcox. Appreciate you guys being here. Any final thoughts for the folks?
I just want everybody to do well, but just not better than me as far as the defense. And good luck to everybody that is still out there hanging around in the Scott Fishbowl tournament, and obviously good luck to you, man, as far as week 14 goes. If you started the playoffs, they're obviously trying to get in, and if you got them questions and stuff, man, you know where you can find your boys at. We be on the block.
Literally. I'll say this, if you're fortunate enough to have week 14 bye upcoming, or you got a bye week upcoming, congratulations to all the people out there. But make sure you're still working that waiver wire on your bye weeks. Because look, when the next week starts, or if you have a bye week 15, you gotta wait for week 16 to come around. It's a long drought sometimes. So just make sure you're working that waiver wire, blocking your league mates from certain players and stuff like that. If you see someone has a weakness on their bench, make sure you take someone just so they can't use them this week. This is that time of the year, so it's cutthroat season now.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So make sure you get after it, get grimy and dirty, as they say. So. But that being said, 10:30 a.m. Eastern, the Fantasy Football Show on YouTube and all the other platforms. You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Heywood, appreciate the love. Jonah, you gotta get your shit together. But yeah, definitely, really great vibe. Awesome here.
I love it, guys. I love it. And if you're watching here, still with us, don't go anywhere, because the Pick Is In podcast. You're about to see our picks for this weekend as well. Thanks again for joining, gentlemen.
Great having you all. Have a good night, guys. Hey, for all the folks at home, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. That was quite a segment with my boys Nick Wilcox and Jony Maine. That was awesome. Get to know them. Don't forget to give them a follow on Twitter. Go check them out on YouTube for the Fantasy Football Show. 2 shows tomorrow. 1 show on Mondays. Don't forget to go give them a subscribe. They're my boys. They know what they're talking about. That was so much fun. And thank you for all the folks still watching. I know it was a little bit longer segment than we normally do, but we had to do something different. And that DFS build was incredible. It's something I've been wanting to do with these guys for a while. So I want to bring a special appearance in. I got a producer for the rest of the show. My boy, Snoop Von Poop, is in the house.
Great Scott!
Oh,
What up? What up?
What up, Snoop? How you doing, brother?
I'm tired. Tell me why I'm missing time with Snoopus Von Poopus. Why am I here?
Thank you, Snoop. Thank you, Snoop.
Salute. Look, I even got the mug ready.
Oh yeah, you do. Go Bears. Go Bears.
Yes. Fuck the Steelers. Sorry, Jony Maine.
That's funny. I appreciate you, Snoop, helping out. I know Jonah's been passed out because it's late as hell. But what'd you think of the interview?
Boring, dude. I don't get into this, man. Like I love that you guys are into it, but I mean,
yeah, man, at least you're honest.
Yeah, man. Like, no, I mean, and the viewers, like they're into it. That's what's important.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Okay.
It's too much for me. Like it's one thing for me to like bet a game. That's fine. Like I'll bet you straight up, Bears versus the Cards any day. Because Cardinals they don't play with balls. They don't have them.
True.
They got cloacas. But no. I mean, it's interesting, but it's just like for someone like myself, it's just a lot to absorb.
But it's for the viewers, and they got great football minds, especially when it comes to like DFS and betting, and they're doing good things. I really like those guys. I thought it was an awesome collaboration. I've been talking about building a lineup with these guys for quite some time, and I've been playing for quite some time in daily fantasy, and I have some damn good success at it. So,
well, I'll tell you what, between all of you guys sure know an awful lot, about players and lines and stats and this and that's and. Whew, it's just too much for my minuscule brain. I only have a 69 IQ. I don't know if you watched the other podcast.
It went up today to 76, didn't it?
That's right. I think we almost got there. Hey, I want to send a special shout out to the Brookside.
Oh, my favorite place.
Representing Arizona. Shout out to the Brookside Bar. But yeah. So do you want to get into your picks or this is your podcast? You drive.
Of course. Glad to have you back on. Was this your second appearance?
Yeah, I'm the most frequent guest you guys have had.
Yeah, you're my first time, second appearance. Yeah, definitely. I gotta ask. I know it's out of right field. How was the El Pupe interview? Didn't you? Am I dropping the birds? No mas.
Boy, let me tell you something. They're celebrating La Poopy's birthday right now, so
okay.
It was a shit show, but it's coming out on Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, so you can check it out on the Here's the Thing podcast.
That's right.
And El Poopy's part of the Poo-Tang clan family, so it's always good when they're around.
Yeah, folks, go watch Snoop's podcast every Tuesday. Here's the thing. It's got how many episodes you got now, brother?
I don't know, man. Like there's 20 something plus there's like bonus content on phoneboothpodcast.substack.com and there's just there's so much content out there, especially on the Substack, between the live streams and the Phone Booth podcast and the Dualistic podcast and the Philosopher King podcast and now the Pick Is In podcast. It's like there's so much content, and when you're involved in all of it, shit just kind of meshes together. You kind of lose track of shit. I think I'm on episode 21. I think on Here's the Thing. I want to say it's 21.
Okay.
20 or 21. Okay. But, it's like I recorded so many episodes that still haven't been released that, I'm not even like my number is a little different than the official number that's released. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like it's different.
I know you've been reaching hard for me to come on with Kevin. Hopefully we can do that soon. So my schedule's a lot more freed up coming up here soon. So maybe we can knock out a Suns trivia with the Suns big fan. He's boys of ours. So that been looking forward to that. So hopefully we could do that soon. So check him out. Snoop Von Poop, my boy, one of the biggest influences on X. He's got 10,000 plus freaking followers, man. He's got good content. He's good people, dude. So
I appreciate that, but I'm not that excited.
I know. But I'm giving you some love, brother. You're my brother. Hey, you're my brother. So yeah, let's pull up. I want to post up that daily lineup if we could, just to show the folks at home our final lineup that me, Johnny, and Nick built. So this is on DraftKings. So basically, quarterback Taylor, Achane, Brown, Burden. That's players that are all in the lineup. And as Jackson Smith and the Jigma, Michael Wilson. Ooh, Greg Helm. That's crazy. My boy Nick Wilcox, man. I barely even heard of this guy too. But yeah, Christian Watson. That's our lineup. It's a $3 lineup. Next pitcher, Snoop. So $3. Here's the potential payouts on the prizes. I don't know how many people are in it. I got to check, but here's the potential prize winnings that we can have. If you scroll down, there's some money involved. For $3, it's a lottery ticket, man. So hopefully we can get some money. They've been having some bad luck lately on DFS, so hopefully we can turn it around for the boys. I'm feeling good about this weekend, and it's kind of ironic how one of my favorite weekends for DFS is when they're on. So I'm grateful for that.
So a $3 bet could get you $50K. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's freaking crazy, isn't it?
Yeah,
right.
Wow.
So that basically, in a nutshell, it's fantasy points, Snoop. Whoever has the most, So you can bet whoever you want, but you got to pay down for people too because you can't get all studs. So I mean, it definitely could have some great payouts. So let's see what happens. All right, let's go. Snoop, hold on. Can you zoom back out?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, can you do me a favor? What time is it?
I'll tell you what time it is.
Yeah, okay.
Show me the money!
That's right, folks. It's our bets for the show. Go ahead and start off with the first one, my man. My boy, Snoop Von Poop. So I got a Nick Wilcox special. I'm riding the heat. My boy did some more research. My boy Nick likes this, and I love it. And I believe they had another receiver go out tonight. They're only down to 4 receivers, my Cardinals. Michael Wilson smashed those few games without Marvin Harrison. I think we're going to get killed, so I think we're going to be playing from behind. So 73.5, it's minus 110. So what that means, folks, it's you get you get 10 cents less on the dollar for every dollar you place. So if I put a $50 bet on this, that's 0.50 bands / units is basically a word I'm using for it. Thank you, Snoop, by the way. Snoop's the creator of bands, by the way, people. So,
allegedly.
Good timing. Hella good timing. So Michael Wilson, $50. You win 45. That's one bet I love. Nick Wilcox bringing the heat, and I'm going to ride it. So that's one bet. On to the next bet, brother. All right, Nick Wilcox taking the show. My first 2 bets are going to be related to him after some more homework. So his line that he put out was 75.5. These last 2 bets are on Bet365. Best odds are on there for these 2 player props. Shop all your books, folks. DraftKings, Caesars, BetMGM, FanDuel, all the big ones. You want to shop. Just like I said before, you're shopping for a car. You're going to look around and find the best deal. You don't just go with the first book. Shop. So Chase Brown minus 115, $50 wins 43.47. That's a 0.50 band play, aka units. That's one bet I love. Nick Wilcox, shout out to you. 2 bets I absolutely love. So on to the next bet. All right, folks. So I got a 3-leg alt line. As I talked about in our DFS segment, Cook, Brown, and Achane are 3 running backs we absolutely love. I lowered the line for Chase Brown. The last bet I did was his rushing prop, his rushing yards and receiving prop that I put on there. So we're going to lower it down to 60. Cook is at 100, I believe, 16 on his regular line, or 111, one of the 2. I don't remember.
Great Scott!
Yeah, right. 80 yards, alt lines. I made the line. I think it's going to be game script with this game. I think the running backs are going to eat. I would be okay with Chase Brown even at 70, 72, the bet I just showed. Devon Achane, 80 yards, rushing and receiving. So it covers your tush if you only get rushing and not, if let's just say he has 40 yards rushing and 40 yards receiving, you covers your butt. So they're all catch They're all running backs that can catch the ball. So 3 legs, it's minus 111 all combined. I put a $25 bet. That's 0.25 bands. You win $22.69. Thank you, Snoop. On to the next one. All right, these are all basically games I like the favorites to win. Now, some of it's very juiced. The Rams are like 10-point favorites, so obviously you can't win a lot of money with a huge line. So I basically put them down as a money line. Broncos 2.5, Seahawks 2.5. So those are 3 I like. I got it at plus 135 with a boost. FanDuel does boost every Sunday. You get a 25% boost on it. 25 wins. Excuse me. 25 wins 58.75, and that's another bet I like. And all these bets will be posted to the show with links. So all you have to do is click on it and wager. That's all you got to do. It takes you straight to the sports book. You click on it, it builds the bet for you. All you got to do is place it. And for all you newbies at home, you don't know exactly how to work a sports book, feel free to reach out. DM me. I'm very friendly and very helpful. I want to help. So let's do it. This is 3 legs all together. Plus 135. So again, 25 turns into 58.75. That's one bet I like. So on to the next one.
Oh my God, this one's terrible. You got 2 Cardinals on 1 ticket. Oh goodness grief.
Snoop,
Go on.
This has hit every game for the last 8 games. I'm riding it. If you watch the show, I usually have Brissett at 250. He's done this in every game he started. McBride is going for, I believe it's his 15th game in a row that he's caught 5 catches or more. Those are 2 locks. Now, the line's a little bit lower on Brissett, so I dropped it down from 250 down to 225 just to be safe. And Matthew Stafford, as I said on the interview, I think he's going to go Al Bundy. I think he's going to have 4 touchdowns. So I lowered it to 2. Very safe. The final odds on these 3 legs put together is minus 106. So if you put $106 on this, you win $100. So you get minus 6 cents to every dollar you bet. So this is a 0.50 band play. I might lay some more. Pay attention to the post. I might put a little bit more on this, but it wins 97.36. So you win 47.36. That is my bet of the week. This will smack. And that's what we got. That's what we got posted. Going to be linked right after the show, and pay attention tomorrow when we could be doing some live bets, posting some Sunday morning bets as well. I always do. So thank you, Snoop. And don't forget, folks, go to phoneboothpodcast.substack.com. Give us a freaking subscribe, like, follow. We would love the love. We'll return it back. Check us out on YouTube at The Pick Is In Podcast. And don't forget to follow my boys Nick Wilcox, Jony Maine, Jonah Storreiner, and my boy Snoop Von Poop, the leader of the Poo Tang Clan.
Representing.
Have you ever thought of a woo, like Ric Flair? Woo Tang.
Woo is how we do it. You know, we hit the hard P. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate you coming on and helping me out, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man. I'm here to help. That's what we do.
So this is the longest show we've had this year, and I thought it went pretty darn good. So everybody at home, thank you so very much for watching the Pick Is In Podcast, week 14. Keep an eye out on the post. I'm going to do some more bets, probably some live bets. We've been doing good in that department, especially last week in the live department. So much love. Happy Saturday. Appreciate all the love. Snoop, cheers. Salute.
Salute.
Salute. Any final thoughts?
Dude, you know, I don't let me influence your bets, folks, because I am a freaking moron. I just have to give him shit about the Cardinals. So I know I talked trash on that last ticket, but it's only because
he's just gonna give me shit.
I have to.
Yeah,
it's like, you know.
That's crazy. That's crazy. McBride has done that in 15 straight games, and Brissett's done that every game he started. So I'm going to let it ride, and Stafford's going to eat, so I threw something else on it. So let's go.
So hold on. Before we wrap it up, let's talk about your Cardinals for a second.
All right, well, let's go. What do you want to talk about?
Well, you have another quarterback on your roster, and he's not the tallest of quarterbacks, but where is he going to go next year? Is he going to play for another NFL team? Is he going to go to the city of Las Vegas, where I'm from, and throw some baseballs around? What's going to happen?
Great question. He was officially announced today that Gannon, the coach, said he's not playing no matter what this year.
Done.
Yeah. So, and we people that follow already know this. He was not going to play because this is not the regime's quarterback they drafted. It's the old regime. If he gets hurt, that sucks on trading because there's a lot of money still involved. Right. So he ain't going to play. He is done. He'll never play football for us ever again. So I am a betting man, and I do have a couple lines that I've been working on.
Whoa. Hey, we don't do that on this podcast.
No. Betting lines. I definitely see the Las Vegas A's being a contender.
I think so. I think
no BS.
I can see that happening only because, with Oakland moving their team to Las Vegas, it's good for baseball. He could be a hot ticket there. He'll bring some fans in, he's got a name.
100%. Vikings, Jets, a couple other teams possibly, but those are two teams.
You don't believe in JJ McCarthy, dude?
Not at all.
What the heck?
No. The Vikings quarterback situation is trash right now. Trash.
I know.
So, and it's to your point, Snoop, he posted 2 videos, Kyler Murray, 2 videos in the last 3 weeks of him taking batting practice and
really? I didn't even know that.
He pulled the videos down after 5 minutes, both of them.
Yeah, because his management team probably told him he had to do that.
Probably. Yeah, his favorite rapper's Too Short. He can't ride on roller coasters, and apparently he can't play quarterback.
Also, he's a dick at the casino.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
Which my guest this week on the Here's the Thing podcast could tell you all about.
You guys talk about that?
No, we didn't talk about it. We talked about like health food and stuff. So kind of a boring subject for your viewers, probably.
One of my best nights ever at the casino. But yeah, he was a dick. Yeah, play blackjack with him. Him, El Poopy. Hi. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, Las Vegas A. I could definitely see that.
I can see it happening too. Totally.
Yeah, totally. And we got Brissett locked up for 1 more year. He'd be a perfect bridge quarterback. We're gonna get a young guy, somebody our team wants to draft. This team, the coach and GM did not draft him at all. And I've been up and down with him. I heard a lot of good things in the offseason about him being the first one, the last one into the facility, actually putting in more time. But remember, Call of Duty came out a month ago. So it all makes sense. Look at his record pre-Call of Duty and post-Call of Duty. He's arguably the best top 5 quarterback in the league the last 7 years in this record.
Hold on. I want to hear you say that again. What?
So pre-Call of Duty, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
We're still talking about Kyler Murray, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
You're insane.
Post Call of Duty, he's one of the worst quarterbacks record, right? It's facts. I'll bring that.
I'm not saying he was one of the best quarterbacks pre Call of Duty, but he was not top 5. No,
numbers wise, wins losses.
Not on Roger Goodell's beautiful green turf is he in there. What?
Yeah, it's been fun.
I had fun too, man. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Definitely. Hell, one more salute. Everybody at home. Thank you for watching, folks. Tune in next Saturday. Tune in Tuesday for Snoop's podcast. Every Saturday, Pick Is In podcast, 11 p.m. EST. Love you guys. Cheers. Have a great weekend. Let's win some money on Sunday.
Show me the money!
Peace. Love you guys.